room.
I was nauseated.
Thick.
You look at me like I'm nuts, but before I should have looked before I moved it, but I told you, I said, keep in mind, it's just us, which means I don't need that end of the table where the wire's sitting.
Yeah.
And I only need the back of your chair.
And the back of your head.
Now turn it towards your chair a little bit. There you go.
Look at me.
There you go.
Look at me. I'm center screen.
Oh my gosh.
Your movie was on this morning. Superstar. I was watching it a little while
That's
ago.
Doc's movie.
Doc.
Yeah, but it's him too.
His movie is Team America. Durka.
Okay, let's not go there. So
okay, here's my question. Listeners, good morning.
Listeners, good morning. It's DJ Scotty, Magic Mike, military Mike.
Ain't nothing magic. Ain't nothing magic about me anymore.
Well, I could see some magic happening in you.
Oh my God.
Stop it.
Then we got D Dog, D's nuts.
Sweet D.
D's confused. D's
God.
confusing us.
D's on a chin.
I mean,
Dang.
Sweet D, thank you.
I don't like
I can't call you Sweet D. It just sounds
it's
odd.
Your wife has given you permission.
Sweet D. Sweet D. No offense, but Sweet D sounds like it should be a black girl's name.
Yeah.
At a strip club.
Yeah.
At the Purple Onion located in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Not that I've actually been to that establishment, but I know it exists.
Yeah, okay.
I've never.
Where in Atlanta is it?
I don't know.
Yeah,
You're down with a squirrel.
one of my friends, Lester, nickname Chester the Molester, Jeff Mathias will be calling into that one. But Chester the Molester, or Lester the Molester rather, used to tell us about the Purple Onion.
Yeah, man.
It's really called the Purple
That's
Onion.
what it's called. He said it was a black strip club.
Google that junk.
And then there was one called like Magic City or something back in the day.
Oh, yep. And then
look it up. Look it up at the Purple Onion in Magic City.
The Onyx, the chocolate Onyx.
Chocolate. Is it all?
Well, you know who owns or is a
Why you got to
shareholder?
stereotype it?
Yeah.
Racist.
Flat chested.
Racist.
Ooh, now that's harmful. Yeah, you're going to cause her husband's wallet to have to pay for a boob job. You shouldn't do that.
He should be thanking me.
Cardboard.
Oh my God.
Ooh, yeah, that we call her that.
I say punch him in his nerds.
You know, you've got me saying punch in the uterus. I used to say 5-finger throat punch at the kids.
Yeah, but when you tell somebody I'm going to kick you in your uterus or I'm going to punch you in your uterus, they take you pretty serious.
Well, my grandkids didn't really
you don't
understand.
say that to you. Oh my God. Why would you say that to your granddaughter?
My grandson.
Oh, well, it's funny to say it to him.
My grandson is the funniest
I'm
kid.
going to punch you in your uterus.
He is so funny. He is so smart at 11. So in tune with what's going on in the world. You know?
This is there on the way.
Oh.
Thank you.
Okay.
So go on.
Do you got show notes?
Okay,
Notes? I ain't got no show notes.
these are from yesterday.
Oh.
Okay, so I pulled up,
kind of a big
I
deal.
Googled Purple Onion, and on Yahoo Answers, it says, what's the best strip club in Atlanta?
The
and
Oasis.
it says they closed it over 5 years ago when the owner was prosecuted for racketeering. Or if you really want the next best, a place called the Cornet Club.
Cornet.
Okay, stop.
That's
so
why I
the
used to
Purple
work.
Onion is the one that closed?
Yeah.
Yes, but it gets better.
Okay.
Stay to the right when you walk in. You should be able
Right.
to get in for free. Oh, yeah. One other place is called the Purple Onion. This place is mainly made for the freaks.
Yeah. I was the manager.
Hold
at
on
the
one
Cornet
second.
Club.
So the Cornet Club, do you know what that place is?
No.
Okay. Mike will explain it in a second, and that's why you stay to the right and you don't go to the left. The other part is how oddly funny is it that we named Lester the Molester and it just said the Purple Onion's for the freaks.
Yeah, that we all knew that.
Yeah.
and I
can't tell you why we named him that. He had nothing to do with kids. I don't want to sound like Chester Molester. But on break, I will be more than happy to explain to you why we named him. His name was Lester. Super great business type guy. He's hilarious. And I might on YouTube explain it, but I can't explain it over the radio.
Okay.
But you will die laughing when I tell you this.
What was the other, before he tells me about that?
Black Onyx.
Yeah, or just Onyx Club. You know who the Weigh-In brothers own a lot of that stuff, along with Theo Lambert, and then you've got Jack Gallardi that owns.
And he's dead, by the way.
Did Gallardi die?
Yes. And Big John, his brother, Big John and his brother both worked for Gallardi, but his brother never left where John did. And the brother took over everything to do with Gallardi. So he's making all that money now.
Heading down. I used to drive by his mansion every day. Wow, I got some friends. That may be why Jeff went back to the Oasis. Because Jeff was like the number 3 guy.
Right.
Dennis ran the pony.
Yeah.
And he got shot up right beside us there. It was pretty wild. But
that's what it says. If you want to go to a Pink Pony, just be prepared to have your car broken into and strippers hanging off your.
Well, if you're gonna go to the Pink Pony, and we're not sitting here turning the show into this, but what I was gonna say is go down there in a party bus or a limo. Let them usher you down. Because they drop you at the door, which means you don't go walking through the parking lot.
Right.
Because what people don't realize is it's Buford Highway, y'all. Come on.
Right.
I don't care if people try to say it's at North Druid Hills. It's on Buford Highway. I don't care how you slice and dice it. It's right down the street from the Quick Trip that has these apartments. Come on, man. I'm telling you, it's Buford. It's Buford Highway.
And
it's connected to Shambodia.
And usually people are going in there and they have money.
Yeah.
I used to tell people that in the parking lot all the time.
And what happens to the let's just paint a picture. If you're on the outskirts of Shambodia, Little Vietnam, and you're walking from the furthest part of that parking lot next to the Denny's. I don't even know if Denny's is there anymore.
I don't think so.
But the problem is this. If you're going in a strip club, we know you got cash. And if we know you have cash, then the dude with the knife knows you have cash.
Yeah.
If you're walking through a parking lot at a strip club, they already know you got cash, dumb.
Yeah, we wonder why there's so many robberies.
And you wonder why.
We had some in the parking lot the whole time. All the time. If he had to come inside for anything, one of the bouncers, I had someone.
It should be treated like a concentration camp. There should be a guard at all 4 corners, and you shouldn't be able to walk in there. If you don't come in there in a car, you're not allowed.
This would be a great idea. Shut them all down.
I can't believe you would say that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought you supported single mothers.
Yeah, unfortunately, about
some of them ain't single.
Well, that's the lie they tell at work.
I'm here to tell you, there's nothing.
Jeff Mathias types yes with capital letters, exclamation points. It says on break. He wants me on camera to name while Lester was given the name of Lester.
Hey, when we were before we went live, I had a question because you had gotten from your accident, you'd gotten a massage. I always get deep tissue massages.
That's what it is.
And I'm not sore the day that I get it. I'm not sore the next day. But the day after that, I freaking can't walk.
Oh, yeah. She told me. Now, I want to make sure I clear this up, too, because I was trying to explain it to my wife. So there's,
no happy ending.
Yes, you're sore. Oh, but I'm happy when she's done. Don't get me wrong. Somebody else made the comment. She don't do happy endings. I said, let me tell you, I'm happy when she's done. Because I can actually move my shoulders now and my neck. And she'll come back in a week if I need her to.
Come back on Tuesday.
The cool thing, well, I can set it up for next Tuesday, literally next Tuesday. So before your show, I get mine, you get yours, whatever.
Yeah. That doesn't sound right.
Let me tell you something. Anybody that would like to come here on Tuesday to get a massage, we'll just book her for a couple of hours.
Just call us up and schedule it.
But let me tell you something.
You paying for it?
It's unbelievable how, even though I'm sore right now, there is a difference between a light pain of sore and a major pain of hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sore, but I already had this times 10 yesterday, and what it is admittedly, I should have went to the hospital, but there was nothing the hospital would have done. The problem is, everybody hold on, where I've been hurt a few times before. I've had different accidents, not just motorcycle accidents, but on my right side, my left side, I actually ripped my left arm off my body. The only thing that was holding my left arm on my body was skin and muscle. The bones were destroyed.
Cool.
That was when I was 13. Then in 2003, I wrecked my motorcycle running 55 miles an hour in the mountains, and I broke my right shoulder blade. The whole shoulder blade split in half, like breaking a Pop-Tart in half.
Cool.
She found that scar tissue yesterday. And then 2007, I broke my 3 lower ribs off the vertebrae. So not only did I break them off the vertebrae, I broke the ribs in another spot as well. So as she was fixing all this, rubbing all the muscles and everything, she had to work all that scar tissue. She was like, all these knots, all this, all that. And then she's like, no wonder you were barely turning your neck. No wonder you could, couldn't move your arms very well. No wonder your chest and all were hurting, because what happens is in the center of your spine, it was shooting pain signals, and I couldn't do all this. So yeah, going to the hospital, all they would have done is dope me up on a bunch of pain pills,
muscle relaxers.
Yeah, that's why I go.
So, I mean, literally, I was better off just chilling a couple of weeks, but I really ended up hurt a lot more than I thought I was, which then raises the question of, do I really want to get back on a motorcycle,
Well, that has been the question for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Over the weekend.
And then after the friend's funeral on Friday.
Right. So, my son-in-law, he's selling his bike.
Yeah, I was looking at pictures.
Yeah. He said, and you know what? The price came down. He's only looking for about $3,000 now.
Right. So I mean, I'm probably going to keep my Superman bike. That's the one I built, won trophies for and stuff. Right. I'm going to keep it.
It's got sentimental
and if we want to go ride, it's, to Juliet or out towards Jackson Lake or something, that's one thing. But when we were on the expressway coming past Evans Mill, a woman in a white Nissan SUV comes merging up on the road, and instead of just falling behind the 6 bikes, she decides she's going to sideswipe me. And then 1 minute later, we're coming up the hill at I-20 to get off at Panola, and we're in the right lane, 18-wheelers in front of us, a couple of cars in front of it. This car that could have got behind us shot past us, decided they wanted in front of the 18-wheeler. So as the 18-wheeler was attempting to stop, this car slams on the brakes and get in front of the 18-wheeler. 18-wheeler then has to lock it down. Then the bikes have to lock it down. And then the guy that was behind the 18-wheeler, which was one of our lead bikes, he had to go to the emergency lane to keep from rear-ended. So I just looked at my wife. I'm like, son of a gun, that's 2. Yeah. We get off the expressway, 4-lane road with a turning lane in the middle. We're, our 2 right lanes are going one direction towards Covenant Highway, but we're in the left lane of our traveling lane. And in front of us is the very same 18-wheeler and a couple of cars. Then these 2 cars, which apparently it was one of the cars that tried to slam on the brakes on the expressway, decides he wants to turn into Quick Trip. But he's in the left lane. He ain't in the right lane. So he just slams on the brakes and turns into Quick Trip, causes everybody to slam on brakes. The cars in the right lanes start going right and left. Well, if we're to the left of the cars, where were the cars going? Towards us. So I'm looking at my wife going, holy cow, 3 possibilities of injury in 2 minutes. 3 in 2 minutes. Then we get to Stone Mountain Lithonia Road. Coming over that on Panola, it goes from 2 lanes to 1 for our lane. A guy in a big white truck hauling a ditch witch who, a mile down the road apparently knew he needed to get in the left lane, but he decided he was going to come into the left lane as we're all approaching the railroad tracks. So I'm tapping her leg going, there's number 4. Then we're going down Stone Mountain Lithonia Road, coming up to Rock Bridge. Our 2 lanes start to fade into 1. As soon as we cross over the red light at Rock Bridge, a black Honda Accord shoots from the right lane of Rock Bridge Road onto the right lane behind us. So if you look at us aiming at 12 o'clock, they were at our 5 o'clock. Next thing I know, this car's flying so far up behind us that when it comes up behind us, it almost rear ends us. So I quickly looked back and I threw my finger out and yelled, and they didn't get near us. I literally was about tempted to take my gun and shoot that lady because she come that close from hitting us. I'm like, honey, that's 5 within 10 miles.
Yeah.
And that was on the way to a funeral. Like, God. Come on, man.
I don't know. The drivers just, we were talking about this morning on the way in, because my pet peeve is being tailgated. And in the morning.
Road bullies.
Yeah. In the morning, I'm just, man, it was like 6:30, 6:40 in the morning, and you're tailgating me. I'm just not in the mood at 6:30.
I'm not in the mood ever to be tailgated.
That's not what I heard.
Well, okay. We're not I heard pull your hair. I don't know what that means.
Oh my God. Thanks, David.
Here's an analogy. And if I repeated this yesterday, I'm sorry if I'm repeating it today and I said it yesterday, but I made the analogy to my wife as we're stuck in this right here at the Quick Trip when the 3rd time it happened. I looked at my wife and I said, I know this is an analogy, my wife, Crystal, but I said, here's my thing. I said, when cars were introduced into society, there was no need for horses anymore.
Right.
I said, I feel there's no need for motorcycles anymore
Yeah.
because there's too many aggressive drivers. I want I want a Bradley. I want an armored personnel carrier.
Get a MRAP.
Or, you know, a Hummer. I want an H1.
Who doesn't?
Or I need to get a freaking bank truck. I mean, just to drive down the friggin' road.
Well, you know, if you look at the future of things, one,
there's a reason we're all going to military looks, right?
Oh, yeah,
I'm just saying, keep going. I don't mean to interrupt you. But.
Our vehicles are going to become the strongest personal computers that we own.
Yes,
and it's already proven that the traffic is such a bad problem, and we cannot continue to expand lanes. I mean, California, they have 16 lanes. I mean, come on, that's crazy. So
yeah, I saw that and I was blown away.
Yeah, and they can't, you know, building up on top of that is, you know, double decking it is not the answer. So they're talking about vehicles that we don't really drive. We get in them and we tell them where to go, and they take us there because
so like iRobot.
Yeah,
you remember iRobot where they get in and basically they get in a lane on the expressway, and it's almost like a if you will, if everybody envisions a roller coaster.
Right.
When the roller coaster is going up the hill, there's a chain that's pulling them, and how each cart is exactly the same width apart. iRobot, I don't know how many people watched the movie with Will Smith, but when these cars, when they're coming down secondary roads, they were free to drive as an individual type vehicle. But when it got on an expressway, it became like a rail system where you couldn't get any closer to the car in front of you, and the car behind you couldn't get any closer either.
It's a mathematical formula that they use, and what it is because if you take the distance between two objects and you half that distance, you will never combine. You will never, like from here to that wall, if it's 5 feet, how many times would I have to half my distance to get to that wall?
Right.
Well, the answer is never, because if I'm continuously taking half the distance, I'll never get there.
Right.
And that's what the computer, the mass computer, and it's going to be a mass transit computer.
Right.
But, you know, but on the same boat, people say by that time we'll be working from our homes.
That's right. And that's, you know, tele, what are they actually labeling now? Telecommute when they're saying that you're working from home.
In the state of Georgia, if you do work from your home, like you, Scotty, you could actually get about $30 to $50 a month from the state. Because
we need to work on that.
You're not using the interstate system.
Right.
So,
and how about
saving air pollution?
Little Richard, we all need Mad Max vehicles. You know, as silly as this says.
Which movie though?
Well, I was gonna say at this point, all of them. You know, I used to when I was a kid and watched Mad Max the first time, and then the next one was the Road Warrior.
Yeah.
Road Warrior would be more I saw Road Warrior before I saw Max.
Did you really?
Yeah. But at the time, I was very fascinated with that world. And I think because I was really into my earth science, where I already knew what was happening with Venus and I already knew what was going on with Mars
and Uranus.
And okay. And I sat next to the guy that knew more about that than me.
So
his name was Davison. He was from Dunwoody.
Davison from Dunwoody.
So the point in which I'm making is I already knew our world was the way it was going to be. So I guess I was fascinated with that. And then when Waterworld came out, I was totally understanding of that movie.
So the
Postman. Yes, like The Postman. If anybody watches The Postman, that's actually very
Kevin Costner. Right?
Yeah, it's a very, very good movie. And it has a lot of reality that could and could not happen. Yeah. But my point being, I saw it. I saw it then. I knew it was coming. I'm not trying to say I'm a fortune teller, but I felt the urge to want these vehicles because you know what? I bought a minivan. The only reason I bought a minivan was because of the business I'm in. But before my minivan, I had a jacked up 4-wheel drive King Cab diesel Ram. Before that, I had another big truck. Before that, I had I've had trucks, since I was a kid. That's what I started buying was trucks. But in my mind is if a wreck happens and I need to hop a curve, I need to be able to hop a curb. And a minivan, I might rip my exhaust off, but I could probably still get over a curb if I had to. But like my rule I've always had since I started driving, I had a lowrider for a long time. And let me tell you, I've taken a lowrider and jumped a medium. The entrance from Hugh Howe on to 78 curves,
Yeah.
but then there's that big chunk of concrete that you
Yeah.
have to jump.
That's
Yeah,
an old exit.
yeah, I did that. I about ripped the leaf springs off my little hot rod lowrider, but hell, I did it.
Yeah.
My point is if you need to be able to get off the expressway, think about what we're saying. If you have 16 lanes in California and you're stuck in a traffic jam, where are you going?
No,
I don't want to be in that situation. I want to be able to know I can get off the road if I have to.
Well, we have a text message coming in from Heidelberg, Germany that says, "What is tailgating?" Because look, in Germany it's different because you actually do tailgate, like on the Autobahn and stuff. Because if an accident occurs, you're not slamming into them. You can actually like glide or drift or drafting right by them. It's a little bit different theory. But tailgating is when you're riding right on my butt with your headlights in my dang back window and you're pissing.
You can't even see headlights at that
and
point.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem. Not knowing your personality. If I'm an a-hole tailgating you, why does the person who's doing the tailgating and being the butthole, let's word it that way, why does he think he's a bigger butthole than the guy in front? Because the guy in front can brake, even though it's illegal to brake check, you can actually be cited for brake checking. But the good thing is when the sun's coming up, a deer ran out in front of me, or a cat, or a dog. So tailgating in the morning times and in the night times, it's kind of stupid. You tailgaters should realize that 12 noon is your only time you might get away with it.
Well, I can tell you what we're going to use as a solution. Or would you like to mention your suggestion this morning for the tailgater?
Oh, I was going to get his Glock and lean out the window and fire a couple shots.
I'm all for it.
Jeez.
Let me tell you what my plan was going to be on my old truck.
Illegal.
On my old truck, I had the diesel, so I could just kick it neutral and blow smog, especially if they're sitting in traffic, because whether you're using your air condition or your windows are down, that black diesel is going in your it's going in your car. But what I wanted to do is on my old truck, I had a work truck, so I had a camper with all my tools in the back. What I was going to do, even though it's considered slightly illegal, but they'd have to prove it, I was going to put the little windshield wiper things that sit on your hood to spray on your window. I was going to mount those on the camper and put piss in it. So that if you got on my nerves, I would, and it was going to be cow piss. It wasn't just going to be human pee. It was going to be stinky, nasty pee that would be sitting there inside the camper while the sun was shining at 100 degrees. So it'd be good and stinky when it hit your car.
I'd feel bad for any motorcycles that were behind that car because they're getting a little spray back.
Do you know how I learned this? This is how I learned it. I was traveling down 81 out of Winder, 51. Isn't it? It's 51, isn't it? Out of
53?
Winder. 53, sorry. I'm so used to saying 81 now around here. So 53 out of Winder into Houston. I was on my motorcycle, and unfortunately, I got stuck behind a garbage truck. And you don't think of how much water drops out of a garbage truck. So I'm riding, and I'm going, what the hell is that smell? Well, when you ride behind a car on a motorcycle, you sometimes get a mist in your face from the air condition dropping. Yeah. So as I'm riding, I'm smelling this smell, but then I start noticing this mist that I'm riding through. Then it dawned on me when I come around the curve and saw the garbage truck. I pulled over at a friggin' gas station and just sat there for 10 minutes. I went inside, washed my face. I'm like, let the truck get down the road. Because the whole time I'm riding, I'm thinking maggots, trash, tampons, baby diapers, all this stuff that's in a trash can liquefies and is blowing in my face. So then I said, man, if that's that gross on me, can you imagine spraying that on the car behind you?
I'm glad I didn't eat anything this morning yet.
Yeah, me either.
If you're not grossed out, give me 10 more minutes. We might get you there.
Isn't that weird? Oh, it's about 8 o'clock there, boss. Just let you know.
Yes, sir.
So
gotta be
I don't know if we're
PC.
Yeah, we need to be shooting off the commercial too. But
paying bills.
Anything we got to come back to? Anybody got a good story?
I want to talk about Miley Cyrus, Taylor Swift, and Menage a Trois.
Nicki Minaj.
Oh, you said Menage a Trois. I was like, what?
And we can talk about Janelle Evans.
Who's Janelle Evans?
She was on Teen Mom 2.
Yes, that's right. Okay. I'm going to bring that up too. While we're on break, I'm going to show y'all some pictures of what she looks like now.
All three of them together.
All right, we'll be back, everybody. It's just fun in the morning.
I know what a Menage a Trois is.
All right, now watch these pictures.
I just
Janelle?
Yeah, look.
Yeah,
this is hold on. This is her when she started. Okay. Now, that's where she started going after, Teen Mom got her a little famous. That's when she started to see her look, how she's changing, right? That's who she ended up being.
No
Now
boob,
that's
no.
before boob job, mind you. So that was one of her latest things, right? See, she's got the plump teen look, whatever, where she's a little hefty.
She has a boob job.
Right? She got her boob job, but wait till you see what she's done now. Who she is now. Holy cow. And then there's her boob job.
That's
But
right.
look, but this is one boob job, right? She must have had two
Show
because
the one that you had on Facebook or on TMZ.
yeah, that's where I'm going. The way she looks now, but what's so funny is, look, this is what Teen Mom created, was this girl.
Yeah.
They made her, you know, the little heartthrob. Now,
And she has 13 arrests.
but now look, this
Look at her-
is
look at
her
her
now. Look at that.
Right.
So and she's fixing to try to do a porn like Farrah Adams did. So look at what she's become.
Mhm.
From this to that. And you know, and I know, it's publicity. It's the world that she's been introduced
she
to.
became a media whore.
Yeah. She just become the whole media. Look at the boobs. She's all jacked up. She is 3 steps away. And anybody's watching video, I apologize if you find me being offensive, but she's 3 steps away from the strip club and 3 steps away from the porn. Actually, she's more close to the porn because you know what's going to happen is just like Farrah Adams, somebody's going to offer her a chunk of money.
Mm-hmm.
And when they offer her that big chunk of money, she's going to jump all over it. It's sad, but that's the world that look, that's just the world she became. See that?
Still ain't got no boobies.
Not there. She bought them though.
You have a pistol in your right hand, but you have a pistol in your right holster.
I didn't draft myself. I was like, you want me to have all these weapons?
They're fake.
Really?
Really? Medina.
Yeah,
You know what
look,
I'm saying? Dang, man.
I'm telling you,
It's not my type, but
she is just, yeah, she's too bony. She's just one step away. I mean, it'll be all over the news. First, it'll be that she did it for the money. And then afterwards, I bet you stories of rehab and all sorts of other things.
Caitlyn snuck in there.
Huh?
Jenner. This picture of Jenner a little further up on top to the right. Caitlyn's in everything.
And see, there's right after.
Yep.
But I don't know if she's done 1 or 2 because you can see a difference.
Is that 2 kids?
I don't know. It looks like it.
11?
Yeah.
Yeah, she has 2 kids, 2 different daddies. I have something to talk about when we get back on air.
Okay. I think this is the very same girl that was offered. Is this her there?
Oh.
Oh, Kaylin?
Yeah. See, there's the boob job pictures
There's
because I
Farrah.
know she's been offered. No, this is just regular garbage. It's nothing to do with her. I just know that she was offered because it was all over the news.
Yeah.
Are we going to eat after the show?
Oh yeah, are y'all staying here all day? What is y'all's?
Yeah, that's kind of was the plan. I didn't know what you had scheduled.
Nothing really. I knew I was going to be a little sore today, so I didn't do a whole lot of planning.
Stop it. It just sounds sexy.
Before we go into Janelle Evans, I'll talk about mine.
Say again.
Before we go into Janelle, I'll talk.
All right, we're back, and Denise, we're really not sure of what words that she's actually saying. What did you just say?
I said before we go. Well, now that I think about it, it sounds
No,
bad.
say what you said
I
again.
said before
and
we
then
go
fix
into
it.
Janelle Evans, I have something to talk about. Before we talk about Janelle Evans.
That's what you meant to say.
Yes.
I just think that's funny, as we were just discussing on it's not really a break, but okay. Anyways, since people on video know what topic, that we were on, you need to cover that one
right now.
Yeah, right now, because the people watching video are still like, well, y'all were just talking about her. Why would you change the subject now?
Okay. So we were talking about how Janelle Evans from Teen Mom 2, the same one I talked about a couple of weeks ago, how she has drastically changed from the beginning until now.
Right. And for anybody, and this is going to sound like I'm being a perv, but anybody that's seen what she looks like now, she's got the hot mom bod. She's going for that physically fit, gymnast kind of look, if you will, except, most gymnasts don't have big hooters. I'm just, that's what I was trying to make the reference to, is that she's already been offered stuff to do like the other girl from Teen Mom. What I was trying to explain kind of on a break with Mike, I'm like, the bad thing is at this moment, and this is just my opinion because we've already watched it happen before, she's just a step away from becoming either a stripper or being paid to do a nude flick. And I'm willing to bet more towards the nude flick, because what's going to happen is somebody's going to offer a chunk of money, just like they did the Farrah chick. And
especially with her being a single mom again.
Yeah.
She's not with Nate. I mean,
so go into more of the story, but I just wanted to, the people that were listening on video or watching on video rather, know where we were going. But this chick has gone from this, I don't want to call her sweet because I don't know her, but she went from the young teen who must have led a little mischief and got knocked up to now she's living a life. And I was making a joke, but I got a feeling she'll end up doing a flick. Then a couple months or a little while later, it'll be, I only did it and I'm going to rehab and I needed the money and da-da-da-da-da.
She's
like
already been in rehab
story.
Numerous times.
All right, so give us the story of what you're saying.
I sat down and looked at her arrest records, and since October of 2010, she has been in jail 13 times.
Jeez.
For
what? Paint us a picture of what she is as a person.
October 2010 was breaking.
How old was she? At 2010, do we know?
It didn't say.
Well, the reason I wonder is she was 16 when she had the baby, which was when? I'm asking all these questions because it matters. I'm just curious. What I wanted to paint a picture of when she started this crazy life. How old was she? If she was 16 when so she was born in 1991, December 19th, 1991.
So she was 19 in October 2010.
Wow.
Yeah.
So at 19, she goes to jail for what?
She went to school.
And that's her first?
Her and her then boyfriend, Kiefer, broke and got charged with breaking and entering.
Keeper broke.
Yeah.
Kiefer.
Yeah, well, Keeper broke.
Anyway,
sounds about right.
Breaking and entering and drug possession. March 2011 was assault, and she was booked, and she was released, and she booked herself into rehab. August 2011, violating parole after testing positive for weed and opiates. January 2012, for threatening her then roommate over rent. Again in 2012 for violating the protective order against the ex-roommate. March 2012, cyber stalking her former boss.
Oh my God, that's lame.
June 2012 for drug charges, and then her ex-fiance at the time, I'm assuming it was not Kiefer. No, it was Cortland. Was arrested. He was arrested for domestic violence. So they got in a fight about it.
You know what his last name was?
What?
Courting her around the street corner.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying.
April 2013, her and her then husband Cortland were both arrested for suspicion of heroin possession with intent to distribute.
Jeez.
August 2013, failing a random drug test. December 2013, Nathan, which is the most recent guy, and Janelle got into a fight and both were arrested for breach of peace. February 2015, she was driving without a license. May 2015, first degree criminal domestic violence in a fight with Nathan. And then this month, she got arrested for assault after hitting her ex, Nathan's new girlfriend, in the head with a glass.
Mm. I'm
And
telling you, she's a cracker.
And if you look at the mug
She's a wild
shots,
one.
you could tell she's still on the drugs.
And how about this? So they're saying that Janelle was born December 19th, 1991, which makes us all feel old at this point because I was turning to look in 19. Okay, let's word it this way. December 19th, my birthday was December 24th. So in 1991, this moment of this month is when I was turning 21 years old.
I was 10.
So here's the other thing. So she was born 1991. She was on Teen Mom in 2009, Teen Mom 2, 2011, right? But how coincidence is this that she was on the Playboy Morning Show 2010?
In between.
So she was on the Playboy Morning Show before Teen Mom 2. So she was already, excuse the pun, she was already tricked out by then.
Dang.
Yeah.
This is to make you feel
and then her
feel horrible. And it says that she gave birth to her first child at 17 years old, which was 2009.
Which makes sense because she was on Teen Mom, and that's about the pregnancy and everything.
So just
how does
she also had an abortion in the middle of between Jace and her new kid.
And you said she's single now. How is it that a woman that looks like that is that promiscuous, that she's still partying, or I mean she's still, definitely partying. How is it that she's single? Is she just
because her attitude and she gets with bad people?
No one wants
she's
to
a
be
bad
in the
girl
spotlight
and wanting to
either.
be with bad boys. All right, now watch this. This is the clip from TMZ. Well, no, it's actually just pictures. I'm sorry. I was hoping it was going to be video that explains a little more. But I'm telling you, it's just wow. It's just wow.
You can tell she's and I'm sure there's an actual disease for it, but she's a media who,
she definitely is after the attention.
We did that, right, as a society. I mean,
but it's
everybody
no different.
Watches it.
But it's no different than when you hear the people that retire from the porn world, who start explaining their crazy life and what addictions they fed. I clearly went on Facebook this morning and was explaining about, my anger issues. I used to have to go deal with some anger stuff, which I probably should have went to anger management. I never did. But one day I woke up and realized that I have a problem and it's no different than an alcoholic. And when I know my triggers, and I stay away from the people that cause me to act that way. But let me tell you, when I get pissed, that's the only real word for it. Most people go to rage. Most people go to mad. I go to rage. And, if you think about being in the gym as a teenager, pumping weights, and you're just like, and after you get about 3 good pumps on that 100 pounds, you're primed for the 4th one, and you're primed for the 6th one. And then each time you're just, and you're feeding it. My problem is I get mad, and when I start yelling, I feel, and in anything you say will feed me to just make me more mad. And it's just pure pissed off rage. And yesterday, honestly, after I got mad, I looked at my wife and apologized because I was yelling right in front of her. And my problem is I knew to hang up the phone and I didn't. But the other person on the other end of that phone was saying stupid crap, hurtful, stupid crap. Like what came out of that person's mouth just made the situation worse. So I am acknowledging that I have anger issues. I acknowledge that I shouldn't be yelling on the phone. I acknowledge this, but the person on the other end of the phone doesn't acknowledge any fault to what came out of their mouth.
Right.
that triggered every single thing that was the problem.
Are you saying it's like kind of like a high, like when you
It
start
is.
going?
It's like it's like a crackhead hitting the pipe. The problem is when I got mad, it felt good. It felt real good because all my frustrations. But my problem is with somebody like me. Well, y'all see my videos. Y'all see how much energy I got. When I get mad and it feels good. It releases all my pinned up frustrations. But the problem is the person that triggered it now has to deal with it. And if they don't know how to shut their mouth, you get me unloading on you.
Well, and the thing is with you realizing that you needed to change and everything, and then you bottle it up, but then
it's
that
like
one
a shaking of a 2 liter,
and you just blow up.
I blow up. And the problem too is just like a crack addict or an alcoholic. When I get that first hit, if you will, it's like I've been wanting that for so long.
Kind of like
I've learned to control it because I don't let people entice me to do that anymore. It just so happens this person did. And my problem and my point that I'm trying to make is if you know the pit bull in the yard next door to you will bite you, don't throw rocks at it because you know eventually when that dog comes off that chain, it's going to try to bite you.
It's kind of like the Hulk.
Yeah, I've tried to explain it, but my biggest part is if I try not to be that person anymore, then I expect you to not try to make me be that person anymore.
Right.
Like if you know how I am and you know that can happen, then why are you purposely doing whatever to make it happen? I mean, it doesn't. You know, Jeff Matthias, man. Let me tell you, when we were kids, you know, I was like your height, and I probably weighed 160. Like after high school, when I got out of high school, I was like 5'5", 145 pounds. And I was just the small, thin guy. Then, you know, I kind of jumped up a little bit when I got around 19. But Jeff Matthias and all these other guys were always, you know, like how Jeff's size now, I was about Jeff's size then. And my dad and everybody was a lot bigger than me. And they used to come over. And what people don't realize is, with me being an adrenaline junkie and hyper and ADD, and I had the anger issues, we loaded up the weight bench one time. We had a weight bench in our kitchen where the table would be. And everybody's, you know, throwing weights on. Everybody's throwing weights on. We loaded the weight. We loaded the bench with all the weights that we owned. And I watched my dad and uncle picking at me about pushing that weight up, and Jeff watched me do it like 6 times. Because once I did it the first time, and I just kept on, and everybody was just blown away. But see, Jeff's seen me at my worst. Jeff's seen me when I've been angry. He's seen me when I've hit stuff. My problem is, and I'm not trying to insinuate I was some bad, but I had problems. But my point is of this morning is saying, listen, I acknowledge I have problems. I try not to do this. If you're an alcoholic, you don't go to a bar because you know the temptation's too much. Me, I know my problems, and I try to keep the people away from me that's going to trigger it. It's just yesterday a family member said a few things that shouldn't have been said, and the problem I find is if you know that I have this as a problem, why would you let it get to that point? And then once the yelling's happening, why would you say to me harmful words when I'm saying, look, I'm trying to tell you how I feel. I feel as if this, and this is happening. And then you say some hurtful words, which just is going to make the situation worse.
Well, the thing is nobody can never tell you how you should or shouldn't feel.
Yeah, I'm trying to express.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you how I feel. I'm trying to use the words. I feel as if this, and this is not right. And you want to tell me I'm wrong and start yelling at me. You can't do that with me.
Right.
Because I'm telling you, I got a bigger mouth than you. You yell at me, I'm going to yell more. And then it's going to go very simple. I'm going to say, get away from me. And if you choose not to get away from me, then it becomes physical. If I'm telling you, I know it's getting bad. If I'm telling you, I know I can't deal with this. I know you need to stop. I know you need to leave me alone. It's because I know what comes after that.
Mm-hmm.
So leave me alone. Get out of my house. If you're in my house, get out of my house at this point. If we're at a parking lot and everybody's standing around talking and I say, get away from me, get away from me. If I'm trying to walk away, you need to let me walk away, because if you don't, it's only going to become worse. But what happens is I get mad and then I try to stop talking to you. You keep pushing, then I go to yelling at you. Then you push more, I go to being screaming, rage mad at you. And my next point after that is violence.
Then do you black out at that point?
Yeah, it's violence after that. And I just leave me alone. And then again, after all this took place, I'm telling my wife, I'm sorry you saw me lose my cool. I said, but you stood her. I was like, you stood here and you heard me. You heard me try to say, I feel this way. Then you heard me get loud and say, you hear me saying that you're bothering me with this. I'm trying to tell you how I feel. And it's just like watching a volcano go slowly erupting until the point that stuff blows everywhere.
Right.
Mike, thoughts?
Well, I think one of the
you
things,
analyze a little more than me, so that's
Yeah.
why I was asking your thoughts.
I understand what you're saying. I think that when people get angry, not you, you're asking why they would continue on. I'll tell you why they continue on, because they feel pretty much the exact same way you do. They feel that you're right, so you continue to push your side of the story. People don't understand that. I don't know. I think people have gotten away from it. I'll be the first one if the story isn't a good, if I don't have a good part of this debate, or if I don't have a good part of this argument, I'll time out it. I'll shut it down and I'll say, hey, I'm stupid. There's just, life is too short to get that upset.
Well,
man.
when somebody says the words to me,
I know
we were already, if you look at the scale of 1 to 10, we were already at about a 5.
Yeah.
And then hurtful words were said like, you just think your world revolves around you. And I said, it's my world.
Right.
Of course it revolves around me.
I've had a woman say that to me before.
And if it involves my work, I choose what I want to do and what I don't want to do. Nobody's going to tell me what I'm going to do with my work. It's my work. If I don't want to do something, I don't have to do it.
I think you're giving people more the benefit of the doubt that they really understand what they're doing.
Oh, this person knew exactly what they were doing.
I think in most cases, people are pretty damn stupid.
I'm just blown away, because if you know, if you already know a pre-existing problem,
right?
Don't do it. I mean, if Bella was standing right here and I said, Mike, she's already growling, dude, don't come no closer.
Right.
Would you purposely put your hand down?
Absolutely.
Because
I wouldn't.
At that point, she's not biting you. You put your hand in her mouth because you already knew that her teeth were going to be there.
Yeah, but
and that's what blows.
Do that. Yeah.
I guess because I'm smart enough now that I analyze my life enough that I realize I have the power to choose what I will allow in my life. I have the power to choose who I will allow in my life. And when I feel like somebody's trying to take my choice from me, I snap and go, no, this is not how it is. I choose whether you get to tell me this. I choose whether you think you're going to be part of something, and I choose what I will be part of.
Right.
And I think everybody as human beings needs to step up and make choices to realize that they're in charge of their own life and quit taking crap.
Every person has a right to do that.
Yeah, you have the right to choose. Like, I have a family member that a couple of years ago wants to be all cocky and treat people like crap because he thinks his crap don't stink. Well, I eliminated him from my life. And my mother's like, well, you can't do that. I said, the hell I can't. She says, well, he's still your cousin. I said, no, he might be your cousin, but I don't plan on seeing him again until it's his funeral. And she said, that's so mean. I said, no, that's reality.
Yeah.
This guy spits venom out of his mouth every time he talks, and y'all put up with it. I won't. I don't have to have him in my life. She says, but he's family. I said, just because he goes to a family reunion doesn't make him family to me.
Right.
And I'll
family
be honest.
doesn't treat family like that.
That's right. I choose what I allow in my life.
Yeah. And you know what the key word here is to all of this is your level of maturity versus their level of maturity.
That's right. I come to understand that we as human beings have power. We have a lot more power than we give ourselves credit for.
And we got thumbs.
We allow negative in our lives. We allow these people in our lives. And it's real simple. I want everybody real quick to think of when they were 16 years old and the bully that was in their life when they were 16 years old. Now think about it for just a split second. Now, other than Tyler, who's 19, when was the last time you saw that person that bullied you? In your case, Tyler, thinking when you were 6.
Okay. I was going to say, because I didn't have people when I was 16.
Where is that person now in your life? Tyler, somebody that bullied you when you were 6, where are they now?
I have no clue.
You don't
Keep that thought. How about you? When you were
not in my
16,
life.
Mike?
At 16, I didn't. I was
Just name somebody as bullied you as a kid.
There's a guy named Richard Damiano.
When was the last time you seen him?
Facebook, but I haven't seen him in 35 years.
35 years.
Yeah.
So now you chose to move on with your life.
Oh yeah.
Instead of letting that be something that haunts you, right?
But at that period of time, I sucked it up like a buttercup
and dealt with it
because he was really one of the cool kids.
Right.
I mean, it was a damn good football player.
But now when you look back, you think,
yeah,
how cheesy, how petty, how stupid, how little, how small, how insignificant that person really is in your life.
Now you're bringing up feelings.
So my cousin Steve Austin is like a dingleberry hanging out of my dog's butt.
And just so everybody understands, Bella is his dog.
Yeah, Bella's my dog. Steve Austin is like that one piece of crap that did not fall out of my dog's butt and it tries to hang on.
Oh
it is so insignificant to me that when he takes his last dying breath, I'm not really going to feel sorry for him. I'm going to be like, dude, if you would have been sweeter and nicer in your life, there would have been more people standing around feeling sorry for you. Mm-hmm. And I know that's mean of me to say, but that is reality. I live in the real world. I am a realist. I'm telling you, the people that hurt you in your life, you can walk away from. You don't have to have them in your life. You need to know you have the power to walk away. I mean, hello, there are several states in the United States. If you can't feel that moving far enough away from them is okay, walk away, man. You don't have to have that in your life.
I don't think kids, now my children are pretty much grown up, but I don't think kids are so, they gotta be. Kids still gotta have the little popular group. And
I understand that, but as kids, they don't understand they have the power. But at the time that we become an adult, because we weren't taught that we have the power, because we weren't taught that,
right?
We just believe this is life and we got to put up with it. No, you don't. You don't have to put up with it. A person you work with, if they bully you, do you know there's 100,000 jobs out there? Do you know that? A wife or a husband that treats you like crap, you do know you can get another one.
Well, yeah.
I know you're thinking, Scott, it's not that disposable. Yes, it is, because you only have one life to live, and living it miserable sucks. No, don't live miserable. Why do you think suicide rates are the way they are? Why do you think alcoholics are the way they are? Why do you think everybody that has a problem with a drug, it's not 100% to blame it, but my point is, if people aren't happy, they turn to other things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
They use a crutch.
Especially nowadays, I think there's so many options.
Yeah.
There's so many additional options. But man, I got to throw this in there because
go ahead.
You and I grew up in kind of the same thing. I would say same generation. I mean, there were bullies. When you were talking about this, I'm sitting there thinking, because I want to have a decent
I wanted
answer.
you to think about it.
And there was a guy named Daryl Sweeney. And I know somebody knows him out there. I'm not friends with him on Facebook. I've never seen him or heard from him. But that dude was a damn bully. He really was. And I'm sitting there thinking, I said, because I'm a pretty big boy now. You got to remember, back then I weighed 120 pounds soaking wet with 2 pairs of keys in my pocket and a weight tied to my leg. I just recently dropped under 300. And though I may not be in physical shape, that first 10 seconds is going to be pretty damn exciting.
Right.
So it's kind of like one of those things. Wow. You hear what I just said? That guy affected me 35 years later in a conversation on the radio with you. And I'm sitting at, look at this, man. I mean, almost angry.
Oh yeah. Well, let me paint you a picture.
Not weird.
Okay. You travel Georgia 20 here. So you know where the guy is that owns McNair Fair.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. As you're coming towards his house on the left, there's a convenience store, then a road, then his house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Before that convenience store on the left, there's one on the right that just reopened.
Yeah, it's like, and they always
say small something.
They always say the cheapest gas in town.
Right. So
you know what that is?
Years ago, before it closed and now just reopened. Years ago, right before it closed, I'm leaving church on my motorcycle. I'm coming up to this intersection and I saw a dude at the payphone. And it was the guy that bullied me in elementary school and high school.
Wow.
In elementary and high school, in seventh grade, he was already as big as he was ever going to be.
Yeah.
So here he was at 6'1", 170 pounds. His name was Eddie Peach. And anybody that's from my old area knows who Eddie Peach is. And red hair bully, picked on everybody. He was a grade above me.
Like the bully in the Christmas Story, the red hair. Yeah.
So in my 6th grade, he was in 7th grade, and we didn't have middle school back then. So he left the year before me, and he makes it to high school. So when I get to high school, it starts all over again.
Mm-hmm.
So now here years go by. I'm on my motorcycle. I leave church. I pass him at a convenience store. I turned around.
Oh my God, did you?
He's on a payphone. I'll pull up while he's on the payphone with my motorcycle and leave it running to force him to get off his payphone. So I step off my bike, and I mean, I'm looking at him eye to eye, and I'm revving it up just to piss him off. He gets off the payphone and turns around and looks at me, and I went, Eddie Peach, standing there full leathers, helmet in hand, ready to punch him in his face, right? I've had all that bottled up for years. He turns around. I said, I bet you don't remember me, do you? He says, no.
Yeah, of course they never.
Here I am, shaved head, bigger earrings hanging out, goatee. And I said, little Scotty Spence that you used to bully. And he goes, oh my God, man. It's
What's
been forever.
up, dude? Yeah.
He turns, walks to hug me with tears in his eyes.
Yeah, can you imagine?
And the first thing out of his mouth was, I'm sorry I was that way to you. And here I was ready to just take my helmet and bash his brains in. I'd had all that frustration pinned up for so long. And then he looks at me and says, hey, man, I hate to ask, but do you have $1? I got to get some cigarettes. He says, wow, my wife, that was my wife on the phone. And, you know, blah, 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 blah. He's telling me about all these things. And I don't remember the whole story because I was in my zone. But something about, you know, I'm having to leave, blah, 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 whatever. But he apologized to me.
Mm-hmm. That's the same.
And all
thing.
I wanted to do was beat his head in. I was so angry at this guy for so long.
Yeah.
But at this moment, at this moment in time, I was becoming who I am now. And at that moment, I just left church. At that moment, I was learning to control. I was going to church for my anger issues. That's why everybody says, well, you go to church for this. Look, I go for what I needed, and that was part of what I needed. But I think it was symbolic of the fact that I just left church. I was tempted with the person that I hated the most in this world. Then he let me know that his life is horrible, that my life was pretty friggin' awesome, and I let go of all that anger. Mm-hmm. I think I left church, what I needed happened, and it changed who I was as a person.
Right.
And I was faced, after leaving church, I was faced with going back to who I used to be, taking vengeance on somebody I had anger for all those years. And I think I really just said, you know what? I don't have to be him. Mm-hmm. Because he's who made me who I was. Him and along with other people, but you are what created me and made me want to be violent and made me want to beat up on people. Mm-hmm. So anyways,
I almost got in a fight with a girl in high school, and she was doing everything in her power to make me fight her. Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't, like, literally walking down the hall with her nose in the back of my head, trying to get me to turn around.
Right.
Never did it, but she was a huge bully, and I saw her right after high school, and we talked some and everything, and actually ran into her last year at the Kroger that Crystal works at. She was a manager there. And one of my friends that was with me, and I was like, this is so-and-so that used to bully me in high school. And she was like, Denise, don't talk about it. She was like, I'm not that person anymore. And she's apologized numerous times, but she was like, I'm not that person. She was like, when you introduce me to people, I want you to be like, this is so-and-so, one of my friends from high school. She was like, I don't want to be known as the bully anymore.
See? So think about all the people that are still dealing with it, though. There's some people at work, that are dealing with bullies at work. I mean, people deal with this every day. Tyler, I know you got some stories. I don't want you to dredge them up if you don't want to, but I know that you've had to. Me and you've had these conversations. It just sucks to know that people deal with it. You know, they have to. They don't have a choice.
Right.
You know? So it's not that I wanted to create the scene where it was me explaining every single thing that's happened to me, but I was just kind of wanting to bring up the point that, I know we're all faced with stuff. You know, absolutely. I know it. I know that we just have to deal with it. and go forward. And I just wanted to kind of bring it up because that was on my mind. I was something I was dealing with my anger yesterday. I sent my uncle a message, and he's the one that tells me every day he's watched me grow. And he's like, I'm so happy you are the person you are now because I've watched the violence in your life and some of the things that you've been through and some of the things that you've done. So I just told him that I felt really ashamed of myself that I allowed myself to go down the rabbit hole when I knew when I was driving towards the rabbit hole, I should have hung up the phone. I knew it. It's like an alcoholic driving to the liquor store. I knew not to drive there. I knew I was going to go in the door, even though I said I wasn't.
Right.
All right, enough about me. What y'all got?
Okay, so your favorite writer, director of Nightmare on Elm Street, Wes Craven, died on Sunday.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
How about this? Jacob just typed, damn, my power just went out right when it was getting deep. I'm going to have to go back and rewatch it now. All right, so what was you just saying? I'm sorry.
Wes Craven.
Wes Craven, what about it?
He died Sunday.
Yeah.
Holy cow, he's the guy that did the really cool Dracula at one time.
He did all the scary
He did that. He did
Hellraiser.
Scream. He did all
His
the Nightmare on
Hellraisers.
Elm Street.
Hellraiser was twisted.
Yes, it was.
Pinhead is like
The
just
ultimate.
twisted.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad. I liked all those movies. I'm a scary movie girl.
You're a scary girl.
I'm
just saying. Tyler, you're awfully quiet today, sir.
I don't know.
You don't know what?
I don't know why.
You don't know why you're quiet?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you get any sleep?
I got it. Yeah, actually more than I normally do.
That's probably why.
That's probably why. I noticed that anytime I sleep like an hour or so more than I should, I feel like drugged.
Yeah.
Ain't
Like,
it cool?
I feel like, oh man, I should have got up when I was supposed to.
Speaking of scary, you want me to tell you a funny story?
Wouldn't that be a funny story?
It depends. It depends on what it's about. What's it about?
Well, how could it be a scary story if it's a funny story?
There's a couple that was accused of scaring the living daylights out of their kids. And Sarah accused 33-year-old and her fiance were in their home when a 9-year-old from inside the house called 911. The horrified child told the operator her mother was trying to kill her and her 5-year-old sister with a knife. The police say that she actually picked up the phone and admitted to the operator that she was trying to just scare the kids like in a horror movie.
Well,
With an
there you go.
actual knife.
That is funny.
Can
though.
you be arrested for
pranks?
for pranking your own
Child
children?
cruelty.
Yeah, but how many times have we played pranks on our kids?
Oh my God, I scared my grandson the other day.
Oh my God.
I
What-
saw him coming.
I hate
home.
to say that we've become a weird world, but we've always scared each other.
Jeez, that's the whole point. We have a thing.
It'd suck
but
if I caused you
911
to have a heart attack
Yeah.
because I scared you.
But when you scare, 911 isn't involved. When 911 gets involved, it takes that to another level.
Well,
Yeah,
what
but
happens if it
also-
happens on September 11th.
But also, you've taught your kids to call 911. I mean, you're being a good parent by teaching them to call 911 when they sense something wrong. But the reality is, every time we've scared our kids, yeah, they could dial 911. But the point is, this is just some kid that took it very literal.
But at least do it with fake knives.
So
like, what
what's-
if you trip and fall when
Oh
you're
my
sitting there
God.
trying to scare
What if you
them?
run with scissors?
Oh
We
my
all do
God.
it.
I don't run with scissors.
I do.
Oh my God.
Sometimes just for the heck of it.
So you don't
You
like
tripped
getting,
and fell.
You don't like
Got
getting
3
scared?
kids.
You don't like getting scared?
I like watching movies to scare me. Not,
You don't like physical.
yeah.
All
Like I
right.
keep saying I want to go to up off of 85 Netherworld.
Yes.
I keep saying I want to go there, but
You know what
I'll
this
probably
means,
crap my
Scotty.
pants.
What?
We're gonna have to scare her.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. How about this? In first grade, no lie, I was going to Indian Creek Elementary. And at that particular year, there were so many first, second, and third graders that had to put trailers on the backside.
Mhm.
So my first grade class was in a trailer. Well, if you walked out of the hallway that was next to the cafeteria, there was a complete sidewalk that walked you straight down to the asphalt basketball place. But so when you walked right out of that hallway, my first grade original class was the classroom right there on that hallway. Then you stepped right out the door, and the new first grade classroom was the trailer.
Mhm.
Point being, so we had our Halloween carnival. They took our first trailer because it was next to the sidewalk. They made it the haunted house. We all went through there. We all got good and scared. problem is Monday when we come back to school, I sit down at my desk, which at the time all the desks were shoved up against the wall because it was a haunted trailer, right? I reach in my desk and there is a butcher knife, a real butcher's knife, like from the movie Halloween kind of butcher knife.
Cool.
And I pulled it out of the desk and the teacher goes, "Oh my God, what are you doing with a knife?" And I said, "I just found it in the desk." Come to find out they had that in the haunted house. A real butcher knife in an elementary school haunted house. The problem is one of the people that was in there holding the knife was like a 7th grader.
My God.
Who apparently, don't talk yet, Colin. Apparently the 7th grader must have brought it from home. Where else would a real butcher knife come from?
Right.
But that was used in the haunted house for 1st graders. So the 1st through 5th was able to go through this haunted house and somebody had a real butcher knife. That was
awesome.
1976.
Yeah. Hey, when we're setting up haunted houses and they always go, you know, the thing where you put your hands in it.
Yeah.
And they go, ooh, let's put like olives in this one. It'll feel like eyeballs. I was the kid that went, let's get real eyeballs.
Right. We did fruit cocktail.
Yeah.
Because we took all of it out but the grapes and added more grapes, but fruit cocktail always had the slimy. All right, let's get this. Caller, what you got?
Good morning.
What's happening?
Morning.
Happy day after the first fourth Monday.
Exactly. Last Tuesday of the first of the month.
It's Doc Tuesday. And in Mike's case, it'd be Doc Tuesday in the morning and Glock Tuesday at night.
Hey man, any day that I wake up on this side of the grass, I'm good with it. I don't care what y'all call it.
So what you got, sir?
Yeah, just there's a lot of the cooler haunted houses and whatnot I've been to. I haven't been to the Netherworld yet. I'm still digging, trying to get to that one. It seems like every time I get the opportunity, something comes up or whatever. But my daughter is just absolutely dying to go see it. She just wants to see it so bad. But I've taken her to several, and we've been in some of the haunted fields and stuff where you go out and you get on this like a farm tractor type of ride, and you shoot stuff with the gotcha guns or paintball guns or whatnot.
Have you ever heard of those places like up north? They're real big in the Midwest where it takes like 4 hours to go through it, and you got to sign a waiver, and people come out of it and need therapy. You ever seen those places?
No.
Yeah, they are, man. I'll try to look a few of them up. I got this thing in my brain from military training where I like to see people, facial expressions, micro expressions, stuff like that, body language. And there's this one haunted house that takes a picture of you at one point when everybody gets scared, and it's a high-speed camera, so everything's very detailed. So I started looking at those because there's just thousands of pictures of people getting scared. So I started looking into it, and there's actually these houses. It's on YouTube, but they don't take you inside it. They might show you a little bit here and there. It's expensive too. And in most cases, I believe it's reservations, but some people are in there for 6-8 hours, and they duct tape.
And that's that weird one where you have to sign all this documentation that gives them the right. Like one of the videos I saw, there was a dude dressed up like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre mask in a white outfit, like a doctor's robe with that face on. Yeah. And he's screaming at people where they're kind of in the dark, but there's like a little bit of light shining, and they have their face down in a feed trough, and they're making them eat slop like pigs, and they're screaming at them like, "I'll kill you if you don't eat it." And that's just like too sick twisted for me.
Yeah. The one that I saw, a girl duct taped this other girl like a mummy and put her in a freezer and locked her in there for like 2 hours.
There's that one called 13 Stories that if you get to the 13th story, you get your money back.
And it's like $100.
They push you out.
That's cool. Your money's out there.
What?
They push you out of the building.
Do you land on like one of those air thingies?
Yeah, like the Hollywood.
I want to do it.
You got to make it.
It's like $100 too. I mean, it ain't
cheap. I wonder if the person on the very top story, since very few have made it, is probably up there running with scissors or even safety scissors.
Oh my God. I hope not. I hope not. Why is our YouTube camera so...
It's froze.
Oh, okay. Oh,
because I wanted to be able to see the comments.
Oh, okay.
I figured yesterday.
So blurry?
I know.
I'm blurry. I'm good with
it. The problem is the comment section for each show. You have to actually have it open to see it. They won't just let you open just to comment.
And sometimes the whole thing just goes away too. I've noticed that.
Yeah.
But Doc
But
Doc
watch.
chimed in and she said, happy last day of tomorrow of the first of the week. And so, hey, Doc, I love you, baby. Miss you.
Happy Tuesday of the,
The first
second
of the
day of the month. The second, excuse me. Happy Tuesday, second day of the week, first day of the month, X number of days of the year, because we're ending the year. And blah, blah, blah.
We love you, Doc.
Questionably, we are researching that information.
Yeah.
Tyler, that's your job.
Yeah, do something.
What am I researching?
Where's your
The
We just mumbled
the
that.
we love you part. We're researching for scientific evidence that exists.
No.
That's the quote of the day.
And sources say.
Oh, that is anybody
No.
watching YouTube that can answer this question? Do we look extremely blurry? Because I can't. I'm asking a technical question because I can't explain it.
I mean,
Look
that
how
looks
much
good.
blurry that looks compared to
No, it's weird.
the
huh?
live feed.
I think it's she put that damn jacket on. Jesus, I gotta put my sunglasses.
It's
on.
blurry before the jacket.
No, it's blurry
Jack-
now. What the hell is
What?
that? An
What?
ugly
By
American
the way, can
jacket?
I ask you a question? We're supposed to wear dark objects, and
Yeah.
you come in with a jacket that looks like it has
Jesus.
3 6-volt batteries attached to it.
Freaking NASA just contacted me. And
Are
told
you
me to tell
freaking
to
fixing
take
to
it off.
direct traffic, or
Yes.
like you gonna go direct air traffic control? You're gonna go stand on the runway?
I look like a traffic
Oh
cone
my
with
God.
boobs.
She's the Where Waldo kid.
With what boobs?
You know,
Yeah.
where's mommy? That's her and that
Yeah,
bright
really.
object over there.
When you go pick up the kids at school,
Y'all
do they-
both stop. Y'all are used to having objects thrown at your face, and look what happened each time.
Yeah.
Except I
Yeah.
can catch it in my
What do you mean each time?
Wow.
What happened to him? I know what happened to me.
Well, he just said what he said. You didn't hear it, but we're not going to go there because it's 8:52.
Okay, never mind. I think I realized what he said.
pencils.
Oh.
Pencils,
Denise.
Scotty.
Duh.
Oh.
Denise.
This morning, on
Denise. I'm
It's break
telling
time.
you, Denise is accurate.
this morning on the way in, we were talking about show tunes. So I'm telling you, I still can do Ethel Merman like you would not believe.
Let's try to sing a show tune.
There's no business like show business like no business I know.
Tyler,
Pretty dang good, ain't it?
God.
anything? Anything?
I'm
Someone
aware of-
who's actually sang show tunes. That was disgusting.
Well, let's
You
hear
actually-
yours.
Let's hear yours.
no, I don't have one off the top of my
Oh,
head.
well, you're gay.
I can't think of one off the top of my head
And
either.
how about that? I
don't
know
do-
show tunes. I used to sing show tunes. I can critique
When,
you on your.
when we grew up, we
I'm not gonna
watched
do them.
all those movies that were singing movies with our grandparents. You know,
You know what the funniest thing in the world was when I was growing up? Jerry.
Blue Hawaii,
Jerry-
with Elvis.
Oh God, I can do it. Me and Elvis too. Don't get me started.
I dare you.
I
I
triple
dare-
dog
any
dare you.
Elvis
Please
you can
don't.
do.
Are
Any
you-
Elvis
are you-
that you can do.
You guys sure you want to hear?
Triple
Everybody
something?
get
dog
ready.
dare you.
Everybody
You
get
guys
ready. Any Elvis.
Since my baby left me, I found a new place to dwell.
Is he doing his leg?
It's down at the end of a lonely street, y'all. Heartbreak down. See, I love it, man. I tell you
Wow.
what, he's over here critiquing me,
You know
and
my-
he says that he sings show tunes,
I'm
but
just making
but
fun of you.
but
dude.
what?
Do you know my
What?
first
Come on,
time-
come
Hey,
on.
listen. You know what my first time on stage I was doing?
Porn.
Elvis.
Porn.
I was 11 years old on a stage at a talent show. I had backup singers. I had on a silver shirt. I'll go get you the silver
I
shirt and
wanna
show
see
it to
I
you.
want to see.
I had a cape that my mother made me with rhinestones,
Oh yeah.
and I was singing I Got Wheels on My Heels
Let's hear it.
by Elvis.
Come on, give us
I
a
don't
little
even
bit.
remember. I just know
Don't
the
lie.
name of the
Pull
song.
the
I'm
words
scared.
up on
I have the picture somewhere on Facebook, and I
That's
don't know
awesome.
where it is. I'll have to
All
find it.
right, since
But I can show you the shirt though.
Wimped out. That's for Periscope.
Are you on Periscope?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. No one,
Periscope.
no one saw that. There's no viewers.
Really?
No.
Well, maybe there will be now.
I just opened it.
It got edgy. It got really edgy. there. Got edgy.
I had to work up my Elvis to be able to do my Elvis.
Denise?
Man.
And
Fire.
I had a
Come on,
Winnie.
man.
I had a Winnie the Pooh record player and all the Elvis records.
Oh my God! What was
He
the?
said a Winnie the Pooh.
yeah,
It was. Yeah,
I had
Winnie
it.
the
I had
Pooh
it.
plastic.
And, and the,
Yeah, I know what you're
orange-
talking
It-
about.
It folds up like a suitcase.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that
My mom,
one.
it's actually in storage at my mom's house along with my Lionel train set.
Oh, cool. HO or the
What?
double HO?
What are we
The
talking
track size.
about? Oh, it's the widest one. It was my dad's when he was 8
HO?
years old.
Yeah, man. That's worth big money.
Big money. The
nowadays.
motor. Let me tell you, when I was given it from my grandmother,
Yeah.
when they gave me my dad's old train set, this is in like '83. In '83, The engine, the motor inside the engine, just the motor inside the engine was worth $190.
Yeah, easy.
So there's no telling what it's worth now as a complete train set.
When, let's see.
I mean, it had a coal thing behind it that still smoked.
19, yeah, really, you put the little oil in there.
1985,
me and my my ex-wife now, but we lived on the second floor of these really nice condominiums, and a friend of mine who just found me on Facebook, Mike and Robin Lacumba, they used to live upstairs, and Mike and I are, two peas in a pod. Well, we like slot car racing. I hate to admit it, but we bought like 4 sets of these slot cars, and we used to turn their whole living room into this big slot car thing. And so I'm talking to him, but he's like the big dog over at the Jaguar place now. And I'm like, man, you still like cars? He goes, yeah. And we got quiet, and I go, do you remember that slot car set? And he goes, Mike, we still have that slot car set. I'm like,
wow.
I'm like, I'm coming over. Slot cars are freaking, and trains, man, my train set were on plywood that had hinges that in the garage, they would go up against the wall.
Wow.
And the cars would move out, and I'd go toomp, toomp, and drop 4 pieces of plywood down, and my train hooked up on
That's cool. All right, little Richard, what do you have a song? I know we still have Richard on the phone. Do you have a song you'll do?
I don't know the words to it, but my first time on stage was during a production of Grease when in high school.
Oh yeah!
God,
yeah!
I hate that.
Nerd
I hate
that,
that so
that
much.
announced people and stuff. You know how they had the one nerd guy that got up there. I had the whole glasses with the tape and everything.
Dude,
My first
I remember
musical-
singing Grease like it was nothing. I mean, come on! I got chills that are multiplying.
They just did a reunion thing like 2 weeks
Oh, yeah.
ago. Yeah.
Of course, now that I used to sing a lot before I started talking like this. But the problem is, once that you start having a voice that you do for radio, you got to give up singing, because that's how I got into all this anyways, was singing with a bunch of bands. I used to do Guns N' Roses, and then I kind of ruined my voice trying to do country. Had laryngitis for a while because singing country is a little more nasally than doing Guns N' Roses and Queen's Right. So I went from singing that style of hard and metal and then to doing country. And then when I was doing karaoke all the time, I was doing country, Kid Rock, stuff like that. But then once I had to start talking like this to do radio, you destroy your singing ability. So there you go, everybody. Don't ask me to sing anymore. But what was you going to sing?
I'm not going to sing, but
What was you? No, you were going to sing.
no,
You were going to sing.
I'm telling the story
You're going to sing,
of
sir.
Dude, you're
You're singing.
of my first
You're
time on
singing.
stage.
You're singing.
What I sang.
Sing
Well,
it.
tell us the story and then bust out a tune.
I was Shrek.
And you had to, okay.
He does
okay.
a good
So
Shrek.
do your Shrek voice.
What? I don't know what to say. What do you
Oh
want me
my
to say?
God. Give me
Say
that
anything
taser.
as Shrek, fool.
Dude, you do whole skit lines all the time in the car.
Why
and
all of a
stuff.
sudden are you quiet?
Because he's on spot.
but normally it's dialogue and
We're entertainers. Do it.
Okay, Donkey is trying to hump your girlfriend. I don't care what you
Donkey, no! Stop humping her!
see.
That's a dragon.
What? How did you do that? That's not even physically possible.
Okay, see. Now talk about being green. Why are you green?
It's not easy being green.
Well, why are you green? Where do you live?
I live in a swamp
Where?
in the middle of nowhere. What do you think?
See, it's funny that we have to cattle prod him to do this.
Hey, Doc said.
Okay,
her-
wait. So you are taking Donkey to the vet, and the vet, wait, let's paint a picture. So you took Donkey to the vet, and Donkey's got his nose up a German Shepherd's butt.
Why does he have herpes? I don't understand. How can a donkey get herpes?
Little Richard, he's still
Does
there.
it need to be surgically removed?
Like,
Little Richard can't even talk.
how did you even fit your snout up there? It's
Okay.
so little.
Now you're at home, and Donkey's trying to get out of the kitchen door through the cat door, the little swinging cat door.
Why is he getting stuck so much?
I'm just trying to, because I'm
He's
just trying to
stuck
paint
in places.
images. You know, I wasn't trying to say he was stuck
Donkey,
in a
this
butt.
is the third thing you've gotten your head stuck into today. If it won't fit, don't go through it.
Mike is crying. Mike is crying.
Okay, it's your first date with Fiona.
You've got nice jugs. Oh, I mean, you smell pretty.
But I'm an ogre.
Okay, so now if you're an ogre, the king's trying to tell you what you can and cannot do on your first date, and you're questioning what first base means.
Okay, say that again.
So the king is telling you on your first date with his daughter that you can't get to first base, and you're questioning what first base
Well,
is.
what exactly is the rule for first base? Like, is it tit? Is it
Hey,
what?
you got to censor it a little bit, sir.
Come on, Shrek. You know
Come
that.
on,
can't-
Shrek.
I can't do that.
Mike is crying. I wish y'all could see video. Mike is crying.
You know what kills me is he goes, I can't censor it and do the impersonation. Jesus Christ.
He's an ogre. What do you want?
How freaking smart do you think I am?
Oh, God.
Oh, that was fun.
Okay, before you go anymore, Doc said her favorite is Circle of Life from Lion King.
Oh, I can belt that out too, man.
Let Doc call in and sing it.
Kuna Matata. That'd be
Oh
fun.
my God.
Cool.
And how about the one? Are you
I've
aching?
got voice. Oh,
voice
golly.
bacon?
Text messages.
Yeah.
Doc, you need to call in and sing Circle of Life for us after Little Richard hangs up.
Since the day we were
All
born.
right, well, I'm gonna rock
this
and roll
planet-
you.
All right, man. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
See ya.
See ya.
Glad we can make you laugh.
Oh, my sides hurt. My eyes are killing me. I got to use.
All right, come on, Doc, call in.
I just got Jeff. I'm trying to go back on like 6 text messages. Jeff said, I'm sure he would love the cattle prod, and I have to remember how far ago that was. And then I just got for the last thing you did was great personation.
Yeah, it was really good. I'm telling you, you really got a knack for that. And you think of some really funny stuff.
And you want to say that you want to do the what's the comedy stuff?
Improv.
Okay, so let me give you improv. I'm a doctor, and I'm telling you to turn your head and cough. Do Shrek.
Is it? Yeah, it's good. It's Shrek
I'm the
voice.
doctor going, okay.
Get
now,
down there, Doc. You're gonna need 2 hands. I'm an ogre.
Now,
We're pretty lucky, though.
now question. Now question: why do you have to cough? Like envision having this really serious conversation with Doc. What do you mean I got to cough? Why do I have to cough?
Why do I have to cough? Do they jump? is that? Do you get some sort of sick thrill from it?
I'm trying to paint an image in everybody's face. Can you see this little 5'2" Indian doctor and like a 6 foot?
Could you please turn your head and cough? What are you talking about?
That sounds like my shrink, 5 foot tall Indian woman from
Oh
Pakistan.
my God!
She's a Muslim.
That is
She works over at the
hilarious.
Doc's
VA.
calling in.
All right.
All right, we got to go to a commercial though. I got to pee.
Doc,
I
wait till we get back from commercial, Doc.
gotta open up a monster.
Go ahead and do it, sir.
No.
Ask what a monster is. No, I just
No.
meant him. He's got the monster voice going over here.
I gotta open
Ask
it
what
on
a
the
monster
air.
is.
I got yelled at.
Y'all are just poking me like dance monkey
Well,
dance.
you're yeah,
Because
pretty
you're
much.
making us
Why
laugh.
don't you just do it?
You
without
make
a
us
poke?
Oh,
giggle
there she is.
just for friggin' fun radio.
What's going on?
Oh, okay, so good morning, Scotty.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good,
wait.
good morning, Denise.
Good morning, love.
What's up, Minnie
Good
Pearl?
morning, Mike.
Get it? You're the doc. I turned my head and coughed.
Oh,
Okay, maybe not.
At her height,
Good
though, you
morning,
coughed in the
Tyler.
face.
Okay,
Good
so
morning,
look,
love.
so I just had to call and say good morning, and I have to give you, y'all were talking about show tunes, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So, I mean, what show is complete without this song? I got to do my Circle of Life, y'all.
Let's hear
Get
it.
it going.
Belt it out.
I'm trying. I'm waiting. It's going through the
Wait, you're calling us and making us wait on
I was
you.
about to say you work in a radio station. You have your own radio program, and you forgot to key this up.
It's the same thing that she
No.
does on here.
I was waiting for the lyrics to appear.
Why didn't you fast forward it to that part?
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea, Scotty.
I know.
I don't see the lyrics yet. Hold on.
How about figure something else to do? I mean, golly.
Okay. From the day we arrive on the planet, as blinking and stepping into the sun,
You can't rap it. You gotta sing it. Look, Vanilla Ice, you gotta sing it, not rap it.
I'm trying, honey.
This is the same woman that goes, ice, ice, baby.
It's
Stop.
far too much to take in here.
Oh my God.
Is that Betty?
More to find than can be found. Okay.
That's Doc.
Maybe I'll keep my other day job.
Yes,
as
please
a rapper.
do.
Oh,
Oh
No,
my
not a
God.
rapper. Not as
My
a
wife is
rapper.
in here going, keep going, keep singing, honey. You sound beautiful.
Your
Oh,
wife has
how
got to say
supportive.
that.
What a lie.
All right,
If your
we're
friends
looking
and
to-
family can't lie to you, who can?
Oh,
Did
Lord.
I sound beautiful, y'all? Since y'all
Oh
are my
yeah,
radio
you
fans?
sound as
Of
pretty
course.
as a female Bigfoot with lipstick, honey. You did perfect.
We have to
So,
repaint
Fiona?
the walls in here.
I'm sorry. The number you have dialed has been disconnected.
Please
know
hold
what?
for the next available operator.
Error code.
I'm going to let y'all get back to the morning show. We're going to keep listening.
We just got
to
a
you.
text message that says, "Wow, that was horrible."
I know. We know.
We got a great impression. Great impression for for Shrek. Almost said Screech. But then we got this. Wow, that was horrible for Doc.
I'm not in a porno.
Yeah, well, give it
Oh.
time.
Okay, so I'm going to do that at my next karaoke event. At my
Please
next
do.
karaoke at the social house, I'm doing Circle of Life by the Lion King.
Yeah, you do that.
Yeah, I'm
Will
doing
Richard said, have Scott and Mike break into a wee moa, a wee moa.
No
You
doubt.
know that song was not on there on the
See?
on the
Okay.
movie.
All right, I'm going back to my homeschooling day.
You have fun.
Love you, Doc.
Love you more, guys.
All
Talk
right,
to you
Not
later.
the first one.
Bye-bye.
And then I remember Grease too when it was I gotta have a cool rider. Everybody remember that?
I don't like.
She was
Grease.
hot in that
I
movie.
do not like.
Was she not?
She's still kicking.
She's still hot,
Yeah.
but I mean, she was like
Chris-
ultra hot.
Christy Brinkley. Jesus.
She's hot too.
Still my age.
All right, we got to get out of here. I got to pee. Everybody, it's just fun. We'll be right back.
Man, we'll be back in a little bit.
We'll be back when we're ready.
See you later.
Shrek 4. I don't know why you don't bust in with that crap.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
It'll get old. Like
Just keep doing different ones, man. Funny as that.
Oh man, I'm sitting on my crap. Look at that. Melted. What? I gotta pee, man. Hurry up. You gotta pee. You need to go.
Tyler.
what? What am I doing?
What?
I'm gonna scare her, but I think she knows.
Well, she'll come back in. You can go stand.
No, I'm gonna hide right there.
Video. Hold on. All right, everybody on video, I'm turning the camera so that y'all can see something. You're going to have to redirect the camera. I'm trying to redirect the camera.
I know you are because you guys are going to jump out and scare the shit out of me.
Yeah, right.
No, I was trying to fix something.
I'm gonna get up from this chair and scare you.
Let's see on you.
Damn it, man. I couldn't get it spun fast enough. She was coming in the door and saw me acting goofy.
Nice try.
your phone.
Yeah, but I was trying to do both.
That was not a good idea. Come
What?
here, Bella.
What?
It's okay. There's being mean to me.
Turn it, turn it, turn it, turn it, turn it.
It's okay. It's okay.
And then everybody needs to remember to wear black. Like, take your jacket and go put it in one of them chairs. What happened is
You're racist.
the
against
camera
highlighters.
the camera focuses on the brightest object, and the only thing bright about her was in that chair. It was that
It's like
seat.
palm off. Just saying.
It's okay.
Do you know that song?
Read this.
That song was written in the 1920s.
Which one?
Yeah, by the Tokens.
The Lion Sleeps Tonight.
By the Tokens.
Well, she's really upset over here.
Who?
Bella.
Yeah, she's a guard dog. What do you expect?
I know. It's okay. Go get him. He's okay.
Read that.
Absolutely. Did you hear the guy with the world's largest penis?
Oh my
13.
God.
13 inches.
No, a guy's surpassing 18.
What?
The circumference is 10 inches at the head.
Ah.
The guy said he can't work. He can't get he's not in a relationship.
I don't want.
Good Lord.
Listen, my dad dated it. I'm
I don't
dad
see it.
dated. My dad used to go fishing with this guy named Al. No lie.
Did you read it?
Al went to pee off the boat one day, and my dad said, Al, turn around and show Scotty that. On normal relax, because we got to censor our words. On normal relax, the dude was 12 inches.
No.
Yes. And my dad said that when that guy, I know this is no lie, and that the guy, when he would get, it didn't get any longer. That's just what it was. And that the guy couldn't get a girl because the girl go, I don't know what you're going to do with that, but it ain't going to be me.
There's a guy.
The dude never shrank, but I mean, that was it.
Can
and
you
it was
get
just
it
weird.
minimized?
I don't know that you can get penis reduction.
Those guys, we used to call him Snake Boy in the aviation unit I was in. And it was.
This is only on video, by the way, everybody. What you're hearing is strictly video. This conversation does not happen live on air.
10 to 12 just sitting there, and it was, he said it ruined his life. He said he couldn't get a job. He couldn't wear jeans,
This audio kills me.
Is it still reset?
Yeah, because we're still using Manicam and all the other stuff. We have to hope that when we swap over, it all stops. But
Doing that. It's better than the first voice that I ever did. I did Mr. Potter from It's a Wonderful Life, and that was
when I started doing Krusty, and you picked up on Sideshow Bob, I went back and I watched Krusty, and of course Sideshow Bob comes in there. You have nailed it. I mean, freaking nailed it. The humor, not just the lyrics or the sound of the impersonation, but the humor. You freaking pegged.
and he's only been in maybe like 3 episodes.
Believe it or not, more than that. I think it's 14 episodes.
Yeah.
But he's always in there for just the short time. That one show was completely about it.
yeah, look, I'm watching the volume. Like when you're not talking on the mic,
Yep.
I watch the volume on the computer jump to 32. And then when I started talking, it just totally dropped back down. That's the problem is I can't get the audio to control itself. Like everybody that's listening on video, Jacob, let me just key Jacob up. Jacob, you're watching on video. You need to let me know how this sounds. Is it gargly? Is it,
Is that why it's getting garbly?
Well, I think that happens because there's too much data.
No. What's happening is, see this right here to the left?
Right.
Okay, what happens is, watch this. Nobody else say anything. So when you sit back like this, you see how the numbers start going up?
Mm-hmm.
Because what it is
Just
the
ambient
computer Windows considers what we're doing to be Skype.
Oh,
so
it's trying to grab
It tries to take my volume and raise it back up to what they consider their minimum. Now watch the numbers now when I get on the mic. So then when I get on the mic, it starts dropping.
Isn't that
But the problem is when somebody like you moves to the mic, you see how long it takes for the volume to drop? So the first 3 things out of your mouth is blah, 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 because it's too loud, and it's not you, it's the Windows program.
It's him.
All right, everybody, we're back.
all of us know me pretty much the first 2 or 3 minutes of stuff out of my mouth.
It's just a video. And everybody that's watching video, we will be running a new program here in the next couple of days. It's a new program that I just got that's hopefully going to make all our video audio on our video sound better.
Excuse me. You know what I would really like to see too is you kind of trading a little bit of that off to our engineer.
That's
and
doing great when he's here.
The bottom. Yeah.
But my problem is if he's not here, and also the second is he won't be sitting there anymore. He'll have to come sit over here.
Well, what about if we get him a wireless keyboard and mouse over here?
Well, where's the monitor for him to see? That's the problem. So
we can rectify that.
That's what I'm saying. He'll end up having to sit over here behind me.
I have a wireless. I have another one of those.
Well, if he's going to be doing it, he's got to be over here. Because he's going to have to see and be in control. Because, when everything gets switched over to the Mac, you got to be right there anyways.
Really? Okay.
So.
All right. Well, hey, Connecticut.
You're stuck being behind me. So to speak.
Like it.
To the side of me, at least.
I'll be starting Connecticut School of Broadcasting in November.
Cool.
All right. That's the next class date.
When?
You know what?
We don't know a school time.
Yeah, the classes are. It's kind of weird. I don't know, but I'll get all that information because Tuesday night, even if I have to miss class, they're just going to have to understand.
Wow. Yeah, that's what I was questioning.
Tuesday night that's my gig.
If anything, we'd have to move you to a Monday or something. I don't know.
Is it an online? It's an online class,
or
is it
resident? It's resident.
We'll talk about it.
Can you close?
Where's that at? That's all you.
What's on me? The door. Yeah, but you know what? When you sit there, that's just part of sitting there. You got to make sure the door.
You stunk it up. Close the door. Yes, you did.
I can if you want me to.
So, are you going to attempt to go to the same school?
Me?
Yeah.
When I get the money. Yeah.
It's expensive.
That's what Joey was saying.
It's very expensive.
Very expensive.
And I tell you what, they're pretty adamant about write me a check.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because it's all about the cashola.
Well, not only that, but I imagine a lot of people drop out.
Oh, I'm sure.
A lot of people think they can do this.
Oh, yeah.
How
many people? What's the joke? How many people that have said to me, "Well, you don't do nothing all day"?
Yeah.
My mother on one of our conversations yesterday made the comment, "Well, I work a 10-hour day." I'm like, really?
Wow.
You believe mine is only like what, 3? Do you truly believe I only work 3 hours a day? I mean, we've already got me a little screwed up on my Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays because I'm up at the 5:30 mark. I'm 6 o'clock drinking my coffee. And even if Tuesdays are actually a little easier on me because all I have to do is just come down and just make sure everything starts and I walk off because Tyler is here. But Wednesday, Steve's here and I'm sitting down here with Steve till he has to learn it.
Well, I have to say
Thursday's a little easier
Crystal did a good job last week when you were gone.
Crystal does a good job every week.
I know she does.
Don't make me get
Don't
upset.
plot against me.
What was
I know y'all have my death on a calendar.
Okay, hey, let's
I got the calendar right there.
What time did you get up this morning, Tyler?
5:30.
5:30. Yep. What time will you get home tonight?
Probably about midnight.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's a hell of a day, right?
Right. And with me, y'all leave here.
And then I wake up next.
Yeah, we got the morning show tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right. And see, when y'all leave here tonight, the show's originally, let's consider this. Originally, you were going to go 7 to 8:30. Then you became 7 to 8.
9.
Well, I'm 7 to 9, I mean.
Yeah.
But then, because you went, okay, an hour and a half just isn't enough, so I'm going to go 2. But the last shows you did were like 2.5.
It's from 7 to 9:30.
Right.
You get going. You just have to.
But what I'm getting at is now 9:30. You're trying to stop the show, but just because we turn the camera off and turn the being live off, doesn't mean you leave. Y'all don't get out of here till 10.
Oh God!
And then
10:30.
Then for you, it's a 30 or so minute drive home,
right?
And for him, it's an hour,
right? It's crazy. And
so 10. So if you leave at 10, that means Tyler's getting home around 11:30 to midnight.
Yeah.
And we got to be back here the next morning. That's what I'm saying. Excuse me.
I don't think people understand
they
this
don't
part
get
of it.
It. They don't get it. Everybody thinks they can do this. I laugh.
I would love for just somebody to show up off the street and try to go. I mean, we do a 2.5 hour show in the morning
every day,
and we're not talking the whole time. But your brain in this arena,
it has to run 100.
You have to be able to shoot 150. Her and I look at each other.
That's why I was joking at Tyler about, did you not sleep last night? Because usually Tyler,
no, I slept more.
Is wide open
off of work. I have a second job. I got off of work earlier than I normally do because it's Monday.
Fourth man.
And poor Denise, even though she physically doesn't have a paying job, she does worse than any of us. She puts up with 3 kids.
Mm-hmm. Well, so does Doc. Us. No, but like
three
Denise
kids. Good
Denise and I
Lord.
look at each
And
other.
yesterday I had that horrible
It's-
migraine behind my eye.
Right.
It's not just the radio. It's a performance thing too.
Absolutely.
You got to be. There's certain types. I've been to.
When we get done with this, our adrenaline's been so spiked that
Right.
when you come off of this, you're just like,
It's a rush. It's a rush. Like
And people don't understand why I want to go home and take a nap.
live
I
theater
do.
is 800 times more
Yeah.
stressful than this.
oh, dude, you have not seen me do my stage stuff yet.
Oh,
Because my problem is as I'm trying to keep this running, it's worse live, because live you got people walking up to you it's going, okay, this isn't done right, this ain't done right. I got to make it work. I got to make sure. Sometimes I'm doing all the technical stuff and trying to be on the stage to be funny. Oh my god!
being on stage, like on a theatrical stage, it's 95 degrees always,
Yeah.
no matter what it is out in the audience or what it is outside.
Yeah, the
it's
lights.
95 degrees
Well,
minimum.
Is there a chance that we'll be able to use that theatrical auditorium?
We'd have to get a lighting guy, a
I have
sound
no
guy.
idea. After what we were talking about yesterday,
Yeah,
probably
that's what-
not.
Okay. Well, hey, can we open that up to listeners in the Conyers, Covington area? We'd like to have a monthly show where Just for Fun Radio's kind of sponsors and does an improv show.
I can find a place. Finding a place ain't gonna be a problem.
But back to what I was saying, it takes I took a class, and the instructor, I don't remember his name, but he was very good.
Couldn't have been too good.
Well,
I was gonna say he's so good you don't know.
I
his name.
left.
I'm
I left
joking.
there-
I'm
Well, I
joking.
left there remembering almost everything he told me and taught the class.
That's a good teacher.
There's a certain type of person in this world. Imagine show business as a ledge. There are people who are peek over the ledge and say, "I want to do that. I want to be down there with all the people."
Cool kid.
And there are people who stay on that ledge and just keep peeking. You got to be a type of person to jump off that ledge completely and willingly.
Oh, yeah. Both feet in,
Jump
all
feet
in.
first, yeah.
Mhm.
You name it. I mean, I'm the guy that just runs and they go, "You're going to need a parachute," but I'm gone. Yeah, but that's
And
just my
then halfway through,
mentality.
he's like,
Hey,
"Shite,
look,
I need a
I can tell you
parachute."
this: in the military, in a firefight, okay, and you can't see the enemy anymore, but you're so geeked up and you're firing rounds and all that other stuff. And I was the guy that would yell, "Hey, hey, hey!" and everybody look at me and I go, "You guys got any sunflower seeds?"
Yeah, I remember you talking about that one.
Because and they just look at you and go, "You're an idiot," and I go, "Really? Wow!" Because you're shooting at a dirt hill. So it's yeah. I mean, you got to jump into stuff all the way. And I think the more that we do this as time goes on, just like Scotty's experience, a lot of times, like people will say, "You seem like you're really comfortable talking on the mic." It's like, well, because there's always one stuck right there by my mouth when I was flying for 12 years, 6 years, whatever it was. And then, talking on military radios and stuff like that, because the worst thing you can do on a military radio is not be able to speak clearly and not be able to get your point across relatively quick, because, nobody wants to hear that long story. So it's kind of like Denise over there,
Yeah.
Why do you have to use me as an example?
because you're target fixation.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right in front of me.
Okay.
So got to do something. I'm trying to strain to look
And
at
there might be
you,
a sexual fixation too.
and then we're not allowed to talk about that.
No.
So to look at Scotty, I gotta go like this, and then you. I think we should rearrange the studio.
Trust me, I've considered the fact
Way to go, Mike.
that I need to take that camera and see if I put it there, what happens. But my problem is this: it would film great for us, but you wouldn't see your guest.
Well,
I've already rearranged the studio 10 times,
Second
and
camera.
until I get a room that's 20 foot by 20 foot, there's
Mhm.
not a whole lot I can do.
Switch to camera 2.
That's the point.
That's
is
cool.
We got to get to different cameras.
Well, we got R2D2, and like I said, when I was shaking R2D2 yesterday,
Mhm.
a little video came out, and I said, "Whoa, what are you?" And he goes that he was looking for Obi-Wan Kenobi, and so I brought him into you this morning, and you said, "Hey, there's that." There's R2D2. And I said, yeah, they didn't know that you own some droids. Oh, I'm sorry.
You did it again.
Man, it's monsters. I drink a Coke and then I drink a Monster, and you're just talking and it just.
You need to slow down on that.
Yeah, just stop drinking
Oh
Monster.
God, here we go. You know what? Tell me what's wrong with the Monster.
Everything.
Everything.
Negative tally. Ghost Rider telling me everything is wrong with it is not being specific. Men's Health magazine, which I enjoy. If you're a man, if you're a grown man and you don't have a subscription to Men's Health,
Free plug.
yeah, it's a great magazine. And the articles, holy smokes, the freaking articles are written by really, really smart folks. You know, that's cool. And the pictures are amazing. They usually have like female, and I love this part of the magazine, and we do it on the show, and hopefully we'll have a caller in tonight, Ambrose. But they give a woman's perspective. They ask a woman real questions about relationships and about men and stuff like that. And the answers that come back are amazing.
Kind of like Cosmopolitan does for women.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I mean, there's a woman's health magazine.
Yeah.
And then they always have some exercise and some nutrition. And that's my problem right now is I am completely off the scale as far as nutritional. And this is the part of my life. I'm about to be 51. This is the time in my life where I should be taking a hell of a lot better care of myself. I should definitely be eating better. Really my only vice. We were talking about vaping and we went over there. Now I would like to take the camera over there and do some stuff for Periscope over there because the whole theory of it's really great. We've kind of ended our series on guns and gadgets with it, but I tried it and I got to tell you guys, I didn't like it. Just me. You know,
what didn't you like about it?
I the cigarette taste. And so what I'm going to do is I'm still going to try it because I said I was. It's just like the wraps, the thing that wraps around your body and you lose weight. We're going to try that too. I'll say I'll try it, but in all honesty, maybe it was just the flavor.
Why didn't you?
That I got?
Yeah,
I'll try anything twice for that simple reason.
No, I've heard that about you. That was too easy.
But like get a different flavor.
Yeah, and see, Scotty was saying too that the testing station that's not really like a case of the actual vaping. So, and I got to tell you, if I do it and I find a flavor that I like and there's no nicotine in it, man, I'm going to be a sub-ohmer.
Cloud chaser.
I just want to, man. I just want to push out that big cloud, man. I do.
You want to fog the camera up on
I do. Yeah, man. I was trying to get.
You know, Scotty's going to tell you not to do it in here, right?
In here?
If you get one that, because they're
There's
ones that'll
cloud
cover this
chaser?
whole room.
Yeah, I have to be careful with that.
Oh, thanks, Tyler. God, you're such,
Well, no, but
you're such a freaking nerd.
I'm-
It's like having your little
hold,
narc little brother. around.
hold. You don't think I've sat here and watched Alex's cloud?
Well, he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't.
His isn't all that bad. But what you just talked about was, come on.
Yeah, thick.
Come
belly.
on.
Yeah.
You trying to be a choo-choo train? What you trying to do?
You know what it's like? It's like
It's
having
from
your
the
little.
bone.
It's like having your narco little brother hanging around with you.
I'm preparing you for what is going to happen.
Thank you. Throwing rocks at the pit bull.
That's-
If you know it's going to cause a problem, why would you smog my room out?
I didn't know that it would bother you. But I'm not talking about like fogging the room out. But wouldn't it be cool? Check this out. During the show,
Tyler, I'm not the only one seeing it. You're like saying it. You're saying it as you're seeing it.
But watch, check this out. Okay, and we get a little.
And I'm
fog
gonna
in
have
here.
some laser machines
Yeah, that's what I was about
going.
to say. I got a whole
disco
bag
ball.
of laser. I got a whole bag
You're
of
an
lasers.
idiot.
And I got a whole bag of lasers. And I got chem lights.
You can't get on the table and pole dance.
He
The
didn't
table
even
collapsed.
lose a
sleep?
breath. He was like, duh, and he kept going.
Oh yeah. I got chem lights
It's
and
a
lasers.
rave in here.
Hell yeah, man. Do you think this table would hold me?
No.
What if I just laid on it?
No.
Yes, it would.
Center of gravity.
The table will not hold you. And the center of the table definitely wouldn't. The center of that table's
Is it?
glass,
Yeah.
and the center of this table's holding
I'm
stuff.
glad you said
And the
something.
center between the two tables is falling apart.
Okay. So no sleep.
Where I need to take the table back apart and put in better screws and a harder piece of wood or something because
That's story of my life.
I stood on it to adjust those light bulbs and it started
Right.
falling apart.
And that's why you and Doc can't cuddle on the table anymore.
No, I was just wanting to sleep up there today during our break.
There's two chairs right there.
No, because he takes up both chairs and he hugs stuff when he sleeps.
How do you take up both
Because
chairs?
his foot will go over here. He's one of those guys. I used to hate those guys in the damn military
Don't you have a bed they can borrow?
And they I will come over this counter and whoop you. It won't be pretty, and it'll probably take a few minutes, but I will come over this counter.
And
You'll break it.
Why am I hearing the words, "Thank you, sir. May I have another?"
Please,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, Tyler's one of those guys that when he crashes out, he doesn't, like in the military, we crash in a corner, we crash on a bunk or something. Tyler crashes in an area. He, whatever it is, he'll have one arm on the black chair. He'll be laying across the suede chair, and then he'll have both his feet propped up on the vinyl chair.
I'm sorry. I'm high maintenance.
Yeah, high maintenance. Shoot, you're like a freaking 30-year-old Boeing 747. You fatty.
Let's get a Mandarin.
Oh my God, I love that place.
You're so
I freaking love that.
I just
place.
like the way you get around the staff. It's funny.
They like me. I
No,
love.
they all hate you.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
And I just got this from Alex.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to blow the F-ing clouds tonight. No one watched the YouTube feed anyways.
Alex, come on.
Wow.
I don't want to call him Xander anymore. He's not.
Yeah.
He is an Alex.
Alex.
Did you see that meal he ate the other day?
Yeah.
God, dog, man, that meal looked perfect, dude.
Excuse me?
Oh, he took a picture of a meal he was eating.
Okay, then why didn't you say he took a picture? People
So
are
you
going,
took a
what?
picture of a meal the other day. And what did it consist of, Mike?
That's considered porn when
potatoes.
Tyler does it.
Oh man, potatoes and bacon and eggs, and the dude's in good shape. Alex is in good shape, and he takes care of himself, and he's the
Opposite of you.
Yes, well, he's the younger.
He's the opposite
Okay,
of you. He
I'm
ain't
not
the younger you. I don't ask because I don't know. This is that don't ask, don't tell. I don't need to know what these two fools
I saw
are
something
doing.
go that way, and I saw it go back that way, and then into his mouth.
Yes.
Okay, YouTube viewers, I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say.
Okay, look,
what he's doing now.
listen. It can cloud you out, Mike. That's my cloud to you. This
Do
was
it,
just sent.
Heck yeah, man! Come on, that's awesome. I got lasers and chem lights, Alex. We're gonna jam tonight.
That looks like a dang snow cloud.
Yeah,
up in the
But you know
sky.
what? It looks like when you're
That's
flying
from Brett.
and you're up in the clouds and you just take a picture of the clouds that you're flying through.
Alex just said he
Yeah.
cooked that himself too. So okay, wait a minute, Alex.
Wait a second.
This is not a dating site. Mike's over here talking about how Mike's saying you're a super great guy. Everybody already knows you have the voice that attracts the ladies.
Yeah,
Mike's
man.
trying to paint this picture of you being this handsome, well put
He
together
is.
guy,
Very, very
and
nice.
now you're saying you cook too.
Yeah, man. Jeez.
Okay, Alex is single, ladies, good looking guy. Call
Hey, man,
in.
I tell
We'll
you
put
what.
you on the phone with him and let him, swoon you with his voice,
I'm telling you, if I was to switch sides,
and apparently swoon you with his cooking.
yeah, if I was to switch sides, man, I'd sop
If
him up
you would
like.
switch sides.
Oh
Raven.
my God.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
Alex,
lady.
go ahead and call in and
He's a hottie.
talk Mike down.
He's a hottie. I'm telling you, if I decided to switch, yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be pretty,
It's not a
but
choice.
it's
You
not a
don't
choice.
You don't decide.
Yes, you
It's
do. Shut up.
No.
Yes, you do. Sinner.
Oh my God.
I laughed at that. Bad. I laughed at that. I shouldn't laugh at that.
No, you really shouldn't. But like I
No.
said, you're like my little narco brother, man. Freaking anything I do. Scotty. Shut up.
Scotty, he's being
Wow,
mean to me.
I'm not sure what to say.
You're getting a lot of messages over there.
I know, you're going crazy on that
It's
phone.
never good when the boss is so tied up on the phone he can't do the show.
I'm answering questions. I took the shirts to get worked on yesterday.
Yep, sure did.
Somebody's telling me they can come fix the table. I don't need the wood stained underneath the table. I just got to get some reinforcements in there. I have the last leg. We were missing one leg. I have that leg now that we need to cut and put on the table. So at least both tables are the same height and then join them together.
I just thought of something.
And I was really picking, but yes, it does need to be fixed. But I was
Okay.
kind of picking at the same time.
I just thought of something when
I'm
you
just
said
making
that,
sure I'm
and
clear
it's-
with the person listening.
It's a really weird association, but did you just
Fart? No, I did not.
I didn't.
What? Did I just what? I feel chaos radio's happening here.
You did just an air biscuit. I heard it.
No, I did not.
Air biscuit.
No, I didn't. But I was watching Dumb and Dumber 2 last night, and they were driving in a hearse. And there's an electric switch that takes the window up and down. So Jim Carrey and Jeff, whatever his name is, tell the guy in the
Jeff
back.
Bridges.
They tell him, "Hey, get this pen." So the guy leans in the back to get a pen. The car's driving. They both stand up. Did you see the movie? They put their butts in the window, fart some stinky farts, and then roll the window up and trap the guy in the back of a hearse.
It
It's
sounds like
hilarious.
something that he would do.
You see how much he's laughing. You know,
Yeah,
he would.
you know you would do
that
that.
movie wasn't that great, but there were some funny parts. They tried too hard to redo what they did in the first one. They should have just came up with something different. But
They
okay,
filmed it in Atlanta
Okay.
too, didn't they?
I don't know.
Yeah. but it's-
Okay, here's the weird association I had when Scotty was talking about cutting off the leg of the table and all. Remember the girl that went down the zip line and got the flesh-eating disease?
Oh yeah, I read
And-
this story.
Oh my God, this is horrible. And basically ended up in a wheelchair and everything. Do you realize when her car was parked, someone stole her wheelchair?
Her handicap accessible car and wheelchair.
Yeah. What the hell is wrong with
Really?
people? Yeah, can you imagine?
There's plenty of other cars that
And you know
could-
what? That little sweetheart, she was on the thing. She's just so cool about stuff and so understanding. She's a true good Christian. But buddy, I tell you what, I try to think of myself, and I defended a woman's honor on the Facebook yesterday, and I'm getting flack for it because I tell people I'm a member of the Sicilian Knights Templar, and that means we protect. The whole thing is to protect Christianity, protect the Bible, protect the weak, stuff like that. Children, women. So this guy was posting pictures. You know what? If you steal a picture off of my Facebook wall and post it on your Facebook wall and say mean things, you're a dirtbag. I mean, how lame-o is that? So I flamed this guy and he went away.
I have a friend who's basically famous for taking pictures of people and just ripping on them.
That's crazy, man.
Well, I say friend, but I mean friend as in the sense he's on my Facebook.
A person that you're an acquaintance with, because Facebook has gotten to be a little
Well,
tricky.
he was
with what you call friends.
I went to school with him.
So I defended this woman. This other guy came back and he's like, "Oh, you're trying to be a stand-up guy, but in reality, it's just a different hustle. You know, I'm not knocking you. I'm just calling you out." So I kind of flamed him, but in a proper manner. You know, I didn't use cuss words. I didn't.
Time.
Yeah. Well, I don't know Facebook, but now I'm getting flack because this one guy's like, WTF, all kidding aside, this is offensive to real men out there. It screams of desperation. I'm desperate.
Because what? Because you stood up for somebody?
Yeah, afraid not, dude.
You know what that means? He must belong to the boys club where they sit around at the hunting camp and talk about their wives. Oh, or the ones that don't have wives because they don't know how to treat women.
Yeah.
Or the ones that go to ashleymadison.com to cheat on their wives.
Exactly.
You know, it's funny. And plus, never put yourself out there and say, this is offensive to all the real men out there.
Because the real men ain't playing that game.
My first comment was, first of all, you don't speak for all the real men.
That's right.
Sorry about that, dude. And then he said that I was what you call it? I was obnoxious, but I wasn't. I didn't like. I never call people out and say, "Hey, I'll beat your butt" or anything like that. I tell them that all my information is posted on Facebook, phone number, emails. Please feel free to contact me privately, and we'll discuss your options. And no one ever does it. And it's so funny because they just keep going back to the wall and posting stuff. And it's like, dude, I'm not challenging you. I'm not threatening you. I'm just saying, yeah.
Oh, that actually hurts me, but that was the point. So
Well,
not the point.
I guess the thing with Facebook is like you were saying, I got close to 5,000 friends.
Facebook cowboys.
If you post something about me or to me or something like that, if I don't see it like almost immediately, it's gone.
Well, and that is where my argument was yesterday. With one conversation, because it's like, look, I don't see Facebook like y'all. You please don't take this as an insult, but I use my Facebook for business, and I have around the 5,000 people on there, and I have 10 pages that I run. I run 10 pages. We're part of 10 pages. I can't keep up with everything. And for somebody to say, well, if you read Facebook, well, how was I supposed to read? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Y'all have like 100 people, and most of my family use it to talk back and forth. But with me, I'm just like, look, man, I don't see you.
And people don't understand that too. Is when you put it out there like that, there's sure people respond to it. And they might click like or they might click reply or something like that. But how many people read that stuff? There could be freaking thousands of people.
I know. I try to tell people all the time.
I always try to be relatively, respectful.
It just blows my mind.
And you know what? I've never met the woman that I'm defending. I think there's something cavalry or at least chivalrous
Dang,
about
he
the
tried
whole
to
thing.
get her.
She's got kids. She's always on guard.
Scare me all the time.
Yeah. You know what? As it gets closer to Halloween, I get a little, shall we say, frisky about practical jokes. I'll get you. I'll scare you to death. Yeah.
This just means I have to get more elaborate.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
This just means better planning.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get elaborate. And I do. And the thing about it is it my practical jokes are so intense sometimes that it's not just a scare. It's a,
You're gonna call 911.
yeah, no, it's way past
What's
that.
the number
You'll
for
think-
911?
But
You'll-
there's a
you'll think
reason.
it's
Like I don't
real.
like talking about it. There's a reason I don't like being scared.
Okay,
feel a
come
little-
on.
No.
If
We'll
you-
talk
how
about
do
it.
you
We will
mention-
talk about it off air.
If you said it, it's because
Do
you
you-
wanted to talk about
Do you
it.
fart?
Really? Why do you bring it up live on the air if
Do
you're
you
not going to
fart when you get scared?
No, I don't fart
I
when
do.
I get
I do.
scared.
It's called the
Ah!
queef.
I fart in my sleep
Ew.
too. I
Can
snore
we
and
say
fart.
that on air?
Yeah.
What?
Queef.
I think that's
It's
one
too
of
late.
those-
I just did.
You can't. Come on now. The whole psyche thing about that is if you,
I mean, is
if
that a
you
dirty
say
word?
it-
Yeah, it's pretty.
No, it's not.
Why is it a dirty word?
Yes, that is a dirty word.
Focus on her.
Okay, let's. We won't ask. Okay, anybody that would like to text in or question what's considered a dirty word, this might be an opportunity.
This again.
I just meant because I didn't know that was a dirty word.
Well, yeah. And just so everybody knows, hell is a destination.
Well, and what was the one that we were talking about with Benny at lunch last week that we've said?
So I've made a reference. I'm not going to say it on air, but
Oh,
I've made a
Lord.
reference to something that I thought was a racial word that would be insensitive to Koreans and Asians. I don't know. It was one of them words when we did that thing of the words you're not supposed to say.
Yeah,
Um,
that's us.
and then she told me what the real reason was for that word. I'm like, oh my God. And I've been saying that since I was like a kid.
Yeah.
If I would have known that was the word, I would have never used it that way. Just Fun Radio, how can we help you?
Good morning.
Morning.
Man,
How y'all doing?
fair to part of cloudy.
Just want to inform you of my dirty word.
Oh boy.
Well, where are
Should
you
have known.
at? Because you sound like you're on the toilet.
Yeah.
I'm unloading the truck with 480-pound marble dining tables.
Okay, so what's the word that you called in for that you thought was so important that you would say that while trying to do something like unload a marble table?
Dirty word?
Yeah,
Mud.
mud,
Dirty. It's
mud. You a jackass. Call me
that-
later.
Jeez, that.
Bye.
You're
Thank-
lame.
Thank God you're not paying for minutes, right?
Bye.
Bye.
Love you, bro.
Oh,
So,
God.
anyways, Alex types in "see you next Tuesday" is considered a dirty word in America.
Seeing?
Well, yeah, because
Yeah.
the Tahiti
See
thing.
Put it all
you
together.
next Thursday. See you in Tahiti.
The
See you
acronym.
next Tuesday.
First letters of the word.
See you next
He's
Tuesday.
He's goofing off. He knows.
God,
I'm
just
waiting for
such a.
Doc. I'm waiting
Why
for
did you
Doc to
make me
call
say
in.
it that many times then?
I'm
He's
waiting
poking the
for
bulldog.
well, I'm waiting-
Okay.
The pit bull.
I'm waiting for Doc to call in and say.
So, anyways, but in his country, that's not considered a bad word. But in this country, it is.
No, it's not.
No, what?
It's not a bad word.
In his country, yes.
In England?
What?
Yeah.
Great Britain?
Yes.
You can say it on TV.
Really? I
Yes.
didn't know that.
Just
I know-
like,
I know
just like
that-
what they call a cigarette there, you can't say here.
Yeah. That's weird. That Son of Anarchy episode when they're in I guess it's Ireland. Yeah, they're in Ireland. And the girl's asking the guy for cigarettes all the time. And that's what she calls it. It's kind of
Yeah.
funny,
Yeah.
Stuff like that. It's weird. I love watching like British TV. British TV is awesome, man.
I got asked, is taint a bad word?
Yes,
I don't say that. I don't think taint is.
it is.
It means in the middle.
No, it means in the middle of your scrotum and your.
You don't.
I use the
I don't
scientific
care,
term.
but the
Medical
fact that you're
terminology.
describing it insinuates.
I can't say anus either.
Shut
Oh
up.
my God.
No,
Oh my
seriously,
God.
it's a scientific one.
The scientific
Shut it up.
medical.
Shut it up. How about the town between? It's between Loganville and between Monroe.
So would you call
So
it
it's
Taint?
Taint Town.
Oh my
You're going to
I
hell.
work, so I work in Taint.
Yes.
You're going to hell.
That's what the rumor has it.
Boy, that went south.
Business up front party.
You Taint right.
Oh my God! You just said. If we were fall under the
So we
FCC,
need to
we'd
explain
been fired.
that Taint's like a
We
mullet.
wouldn't have made it this far.
Did you hear me?
Huh?
Taint's like
Taint's like a mullet.
Business up front party.
It tastes or
Oh
taint.
my God!
Oh my
Shut
God!
up.
Oh my! Who farted? God,
You know who farted.
No, I did not.
Oh my! First,
I admit to mine.
if you smelled it, you dealt it. Come on.
Whatever. We're not 10.
You leaned over to your mug and you could hear.
When did I lean over?
About 5 minutes ago, there's a
Whatever.
huge air
I'm not
biscuit.
taking a drink. Go back on
You know,
video.
I love how you call it an air biscuit.
These microphones have condensers and they pick up air biscuits.
No, these are dynamic microphones. That over there is a.
Yeah,
That's
that'll
how-
pick up an air biscuit.
Okay, well,
right
that's
there.
how bad his fart was.
Why
It
are
picked
we
up a-
talking about this?
Because you asked who farted. and
You
did
brought it up.
Sorry,
farted.
I asked a question that only needed one answer.
Okay,
you. It did not need a 10-minute conversation.
You?
I did not. I would be telling you because I laugh.
How do you know it's not from earlier?
Because it don't linger that much.
Well, you've been sitting down. You get up and
Can we go
adjust
back-
your
But the
shorts.
one that
about
y'all did
tanks.
smelled like air over a turd. Did I say that out loud?
Yeah.
I'm sounding like Mike now.
Why do I get this graphic representation of a turd sitting there and air fluttering out?
Because I'm very dramatic in the words I choose. to
It's
use.
well, that was one of those that you're in a crowd somewhere and you go to say something and you don't realize that you're loud as you are, but everybody
Yes.
stops talking.
Yes.
And so
kind of
you
like
hear
at
it
the
everywhere.
Chamber of Commerce thing where they were all introducing each other, then they're all looking at us, and I go, Military Mike from Just for Fun
That's
Radio.
right.
I was like, it's tense.
Everybody stopped talking right when Mike said it.
They were all looking at us.
And they didn't expect us to talk because what they do is everybody that's part of the chamber gets to talk. We voiced our opinion because it's our constitutional right.
We do what we want.
We're like a gang of little narky kids.
Hey,
It's only Narky Kid.
Snark.
What else we got? It's 9:47. Now we ending this show.
I really wanted to talk about Britney Spears, man. She looked
Let's do it.
great
You said
at
you
the
were gonna talk
VMAs.
About
I didn't
Miley
watch-
Cyrus, Taylor Swift, and
I-
Menage a Trois.
I didn't watch any of it.
Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj. You can't say that now that it's this time.
He
I don't care that he said it at 7:30, but
Yeah.
you can't say it at
Yeah.
9:47.
started it.
But we can say Taint.
What are you, 12?
We can say Taint though.
But not that many people know what that is.
A taint.
Hey, look.
Shut
remember
up.
Remember that visualization I gave you? Look.
It's not a bad word, Scotty.
But saying it once is one thing. You keep saying it over and over and over. Quit it, Mike. I made the comment about her being 12, and you're playing right along. Everybody
up.
watching video is watching Mike be a 12-year-old.
Grow up.
No.
So somebody's,
I tried
Alex, it's my goal to desensitize America with the word "see you" in Tahiti
Well,
and make
tonight,
it mainstream.
We're going wild tonight, Alex. We're gonna have fun tonight, man.
Got to be careful though.
We'll wear condoms.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Can you
Well,
say-
if I'd have said bring protection, he'd go, I got guns.
Yeah.
Here's from Britney Spears. So we'll bring condoms.
Did y'all see Britney Spears?
No, I told you to
I
talk
make
about
it part of my-
VMA pictures.
Make it part of my life mission not to see her.
Why?
I don't like her.
Oh my God, she's.
I don't like your music.
Let me tell you something, man. She looks amazing, and everybody was going stupid about it. She's chunky. She's chunky, man. If you call that chunky, you're an idiot. She was beautiful, and her dress and her shoes and all just were.
Did
amazing.
Miley really dress like this on
Yeah,
the
she
show?
was dressed like
She
an
had a
idiot.
bunch of outfits.
Yeah, she was changing like every other freaking commercial. That chick's she's lost something upstairs. She really has.
She's been smoking no ganja,
Ganja.
and who knows what it's been laced with.
And
Yeah,
what's up
she's-
with Justin Bieber crying on stage? Is it because Selena left in the middle of his?
I think he's just tired of getting his ass whooped. He came out and tried to be a big badass and all, and everybody pounced on him, and they just beat him down, man.
So there's a picture of Britney.
She was. I mean, that's MTV award.
Yeah, that you said the VMAs.
Here
The
but I was-
VMAs are video
Yeah.
for MTV.
What were you talking about? What awards?
here I'll get. It was on Sunday night. Monday night.
That's the VMAs.
Sunday night. Yeah, Sunday night.
VMAs.
Sir, so it was on the VMAs. That's what
Hey,
I'm
who's
asking.
She actually, that's Miley Cyrus. She wore that.
Was it? Okay, I didn't see that part of it. Or what's not there. Jeez. I guess you can.
So
pretty
you're
much-
asking me about
Um,
Brittany. So I need to pull up Brittany.
Yeah. I know Christopher Rude, right? He posted a picture of her yesterday and it was beautiful. Magnificent. She was a very beautiful woman.
Okay, so is that what she wore?
No, sir, that is not what she wore. She had a gold outfit on.
This one?
No, sir, but that does look amazing.
That's not Britney Spears, is it?
It is
That was
Britney
somebody
Spears.
else.
No,
Yes, it was.
I don't see an outfit. I'm
I'm
trying. Okay, so get to your point. Was this it?
Right? Britney Spears. Well, I mean, I know.
Boy,
her
that's
name,
close,
but-
though. I mean, just a little bit more, and we'd have boobage.
Really?
What, boobage? You
Right
can't say
there,
boobage?
right there.
No, but
Yeah. Okay,
The
there we go.
fact,
Second one,
the
second
fact
one in.
that you
That
sound
one.
like a sex fiend sometimes when you say stuff.
Oh, I like her hair.
That one right there.
Yes.
That's what she wore last night.
yes.
And she's been doing a big thing, talking about how she got her body back in shape,
Right.
blah blah blah. Because they're saying that, she lost her physical appearance, rather her physical, because her workout body.
Right.
She lost when she started doing
Meth.
American Idol.
Well, it looks to me. That's why I didn't recognize that first picture of her is because she's had plastic surgery, obviously,
Well,
on
I
her
mean,
face, and her face doesn't look like normal Britney
How
Spears
do you know
anymore.
that? How do you know she's had plastic surgery?
Look at her face compared to.
She's getting older. She's not on the Mickey Mouse Club no more.
I understand that, but that's
And
plastic surgery.
and Botox isn't necessarily considered plastic surgery.
Her
is it?
nose. She's had a nose job.
The nose with nose.
That's what I'm telling you. Because you don't know how long I've wanted one.
Really?
Really,
Is
Okay.
that something you'd want?
I think your
I want boobs before my nose.
I think your nose is perfect.
Oh, you're so sweet.
I think you're pretty the way you are.
Oh, thanks,
God.
Tyler.
You don't need to be altered by a scalpel.
Oh my God, we're getting
It's
deep.
getting deep.
That's a little nipped up.
When it
going on
comes
here.
to boobs, I'll say this. Moth, can everybody shut up for a second? When it comes to plastic surgery and boobs, I say the words. I don't care if they're real. I don't care if they're fake. And I don't care if they're real fake. They're yours. Once some guns were put under the skin, they belong to you.
True.
And I think a lot of women who have had babies, their breast cows will get very large and then shrink down, and they need some enhancements. They feel that they need enhancements.
Perfect.
They should have the choice to have an enhancement. They should feel good about themselves.
perfect timing.
Right.
Your wife just
Yeah, who knew she was coming down the steps? But
He's
But
over here
everybody-
talking about boobs.
everybody
knows,
should have
he
the
knows.
right to do whatever it takes to. Like, look, I got big ears, dude. When I had long hair, my stepdad says, listen, he knew that when I had long hair, I was hanging out with the wrong crowd, but everybody knew the reason I grew my hair out was because of my big ears, and I was tired of getting picked on about it. So my dad was like, look, I'll make a deal with you. I'll pay for you to go to the plastic surgeon and get your ears fixed. But then when I went to go see what it was going to take to fix it, in order for them to fix the left one, they were going to have to work on the right one. And they're like, okay, for 3 months, you're going to have to wear a head wrap. Then 3 months after that, you're going to have to wear things that look like earmuffs that cover your ears. And 3 months after that, you're going to have tape on. And if at any time you roll over in the middle of the night, pull the stitches, we got to start over. And I said, you know what? No, thank you. I ended up cutting my hair anyways. And I ended up developing the attitude of F you if you want to pick on me, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Because really, was I going to put myself through all that? Because reconstructive surgery on your ears and the cartilage is 10 times worse than getting a boob enlarged.
I had a friend do that.
It's a pain, man. So I said, no, I ain't going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
okay
good.
with it. I was okay with it, boss.
Hey, I disagree with the facial stuff on Brittany because I think that was just a bad picture because I'm looking at a different angle of her now, and that's Brittany. That's that same little girl just grown up.
I understand it's Brittany, but
Well, I know, but
It's
I'm-
Brittany
I'm talking about
Biatches.
the-
Isn't that the name of the?
Did-
That's what she says
Did
on her
someone
song.
take a hammer to her nose though?
oh my God.
But does it matter?
rhinoplasty.
But does it matter?
if it makes you feel good.
No, that's what I'm. That's
You've seen those women that have 80 or 90 different operations. That's a medical condition.
But
That's
does
an
it
obsession.
matter? Does it matter if
Doesn't
she's
matter.
had plastic surgery?
Doesn't matter to me. I mean, I like you
Hello?
said, we avoid things.
Little-
Does it matter?
No.
Other than jealousy, does it matter?
I'm not
Yeah.
jealous.
Really? I call BS because you just said I've always wanted one.
Right. But I'm not jealous of her.
So why did you criticize it? Why did you make a comment about it? Why did you
because
even bring
I
it up?
said that's why I didn't recognize her in that original picture was because it looks like she's had plastic surgery. And then when you pulled up that other one,
So my point is, why couldn't you have just simply said, I didn't really recognize her in that picture?
I could have.
But what did you say?
She had plastic surgery.
So what does that indicate?
Then I'm jealous.
I'm just saying that
Fight.
indicates that
Fight.
that struck a nerve on you, or you wouldn't even have said it.
Bet you won't swing, Scotty.
Mom and dad are fighting.
I'm just saying, as human beings, think about it. Why would you have said it if it
Well,
wasn't something that was on your mind?
Not to pick on her. I mean, I love her to death. I do. But here's the thing. She said earlier, oh, there's something I'll talk about off the air, but I won't talk about it. No, why'd you bring it up? That's such a psyche characteristic. That's just that's.
I call it fishing. That's somebody fishing.
Yeah, it's a textbook
Somebody
answer.
fishing to have a conversation.
Textbook answer.
Okay.
And we're not trying to put you on blast. You can now see that you're shutting down, you're backing
Yep.
down, you're being
I'm trying
shy.
to figure out who just called me.
Okay.
Whatever. Who
Defects.
who are we messing with?
with?
Pause, y'all. Are you doing this?
Oh, I can. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I can. I'm sorry.
What are we doing?
I hope it's not supposed to be a prank. Is it supposed to be a prank? No, I'm just gonna wish him a happy birthday. Or
Prank 'em.
her.
Prank them.
You have reached
Prank them.
mailbox number
Oh my god.
60254.
It's another Jacob
Oh
phone
my
number.
god. Yeah, Jacob. What?
This
Now,
subscriber cannot receive messages
Okay.
at this time.
oh my god,
I can't
Jacob.
even leave a message.
Jacob,
don't
you
pick-
are a
don't pick-
phone
don't-
retard.
don't pick
Jeez. I'm sorry. You're a phone handicap.
You don't do that.
Every number
I know that, but we're on air. You don't do that to our friends. Mike.
He's not my friend anymore.
Oh my god.
Why? Because of phone numbers?
Does he? Oh my god. Denise, you know how many phone numbers he's given me to call?
Yes.
One in like a 3-week span or a 3-day span. He kept going. Remember? He kept going, call this number. Scotty'd call it, nothing. Then we tried again.
Jacob, if you send some anthrax to Mike's mailbox, I will not be surprised.
Well, now that's documented. I hope you do it. They got handicap access in prison.
He's gonna have a way to get to some anthrax.
Oh my god.
Well, he's got a way to get to some anthrax. Here, you want me to give you a demonstration?
Only the band does he have a way to get to anthrax. He'll send you an anthrax CD. It's a band.
That'll
It's,
get him.
it's a band. Yeah, but it'll be funny as all get out when you open it and go, oh my God, he mailed me some anthrax.
Can you imagine that band, though? I mean, seriously.
Yeah, they chose that name for a reason.
And, well, they chose it way before the scare and all.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, it was in the 80s. But
But you
did it
think when
help their sales?
When the scare came out, they were like, oh my god, or were they like, hell yeah, it's gonna
I
make people
think they were
listen.
probably like, oh, my God, this is a big mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Because Anthrax, that was some serious crap there for a while.
Well, think about the bands called Suicidal Tendency. There's another one that's called SOD, which is the Stormtroopers of Death.
There's a song.
I'm sorry, think about what?
Bands.
Batman?
Oh my god.
What? That was the last thing I
There's
saw.
a song. There's a Japanese song that causes a suicide every time it's played on the radio.
Sing it.
I don't know the
Did it-
song.
Did the person
Apparently,
playing it?
he's alive. He hasn't listened to it, Mike. Duh.
I'll have to find it.
Did you just duh me?
You done earlier.
But Japan has the
Hello,
highest suicide rate of any
He
other
says
country.
every time somebody hears it, it's called suicide. You're
So-
asking him to sing it. I'm like, he hadn't
Well-
heard it. Duh.
How is there anybody still alive to talk about it?
All right, hold on.
It
Just for fun radio.
Hey, this is Jacob, the guru of screwing up phone numbers.
You loser.
You have a phone number deficiency.
I just tried to call it, and I guess it shut off and went right to voicemail, so she's probably not awake.
Yeah,
But
whatever.
them other numbers, I didn't even know they were disconnected. The other three that Mike was crybabying about.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
Whatever, Mike,
yeah.
shut up.
Yeah, Mike is a crybaby.
I'm not your
Does he-
friend anymore, man.
Good.
Oh, wait.
What kind of guy? What kind of guy tries to pick on a guy in a wheelchair? You should feel ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, you should, Jacob.
I can't wait for Mike to be in a wheelchair one day. Then
No, it's
what?
coming. Oh, shoot. We're racing.
Oh.
You remember?
Yeah, right.
You remember? Was it Days of Thunder?
You'll be long gone.
That'd be Jacob and I.
Yeah.
Be cool. What do you mean? I'll be long gone. Shut up.
That's funny. You'll be long gone.
Boy, you start talking trash when the kids are in school, don't you?
Oh my God.
Anyway, sorry about that.
Oh man,
No
don't
reason to
sweat it.
apologize.
You don't hear me complaining.
No.
Oh, whiny butt over
Yeah,
here.
no
is.
reason to apologize. Just freaking don't do it no more.
And go get another key.
Yeah, go
His
get
key
another
broke
key.
in half.
Yeah, I'll start calling them before I send them your way.
Oh, hey, that's a great idea.
Is it like? Is that a good idea?
Hey,
Like?
hey, I got to get this other call.
Yeah. Otherwise,
All right,
All
peace
right,
out.
man. Bye.
Bye.
Free Suge Knight.
Stop flirting. Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Just for fun radio.
Hey, I found that Japanese song y'all were talking about, and I memorized the lyrics.
We'll play it.
I was going to sing it for you if that's
No.
okay.
Yeah, go
Please.
for it.
Pretty sure this is offensive. Pretty sure it's offensive.
And he hung up.
He ended it with "Shut up, Mike." And he hung up. He ended it with "Shut up, Mike." Click. Oh, that hurts my chest to laugh that hard. Oh my God, I got tears in my eyes. That is freaking
Oh,
funny.
my God.
I thought he was gonna be like she's singing me the English version of it, the English interpretation or something.
I'll look it up. Hold on.
All I got was "hi cha-ching" out of a few of it.
Oh my God.
You know, he's sitting somewhere right now just laughing his butt off, going, I got him. Well,
funny.
whatever.
Oh
Freaking-
my God.
When I'm in a wheelchair, the rest of y'all can freaking just
Laugh
stand,
at you.
just stand for it.
Oh my God. You know, I'm glad that you find humor in your situation.
Well, I have to, bud.
I will not change your bag out, by the way. I'm just letting you know.
Yes, you will. It's got a little quick seal. Plus,
No.
you did. Oh, what? If I pee in Tupperware, you'll do it.
I will not handling somebody else's pee.
Dude, you were talking about
I handled my
pee
pee. I handled
in
my pee in my own Tupperware bowl.
you're talking about cow pee,
And I
sitting in the hot
handled-
sun.
Who
And
cares?
spraying it
That's
on
not
people.
yours. I don't like you enough for that.
That's not what I heard. I have a video.
I handled my uncle, you know,
Yes, you
his
did.
bags and all that stuff. That was my loved one who
Okay.
was in a
Well,
wheelchair.
I have a
You,
video.
on the other hand,
I
totally different person.
I have a video. Okay, of
You have nothing.
wanting my body.
There is
also-
video of it.
and I
You
also have
nothing.
numerous pictures of you working
Pardon.
on the table, putting your junk.
I was trying to
Right in my
change light
face.
bulbs, fool.
Yeah, but with no undies.
Nobody told you to look up my shorts.
How could I miss it? They were on my shoulder.
Turn your head.
Even if I turned my head and coughed, your junk was still on my shoulder.
You were not teabagged.
Let me tell you something. They dangle a lot further than
Oh
you
my God,
adjusted
shut
for.
up.
Okay.
Shut up.
And I know you sit
Shut
when you go
up. I'm
pee-pee.
gonna mute you.
So,
Shush.
I'm sure they
Shush.
get wet a lot because they definitely
Shut
dangle.
up.
They dangle.
All right, y'all. We got to get out of here. It's 10:02 in the morning.
Oh my God.
I got that one story.
Okay,
I don't
what
know if
story?
you wanted it. It was about the gentleman that can't have a life. He
I
set-
have no
set,
clue.
he set the new world's record for.
No.
Okay.
Save it for tomorrow morning.
Yeah, let's do that tomorrow
We
before
Do-
8
do-
o'clock.
Save it. I want to do that first thing in the morning.
I bet you do.
You geek. You geekhead.
Yeah. Okay. Hey,
Oh.
Yeah,
tonight.
tomorrow morning. Yes.
Yeah, tonight. Guns and gadgets. More
Are you
gadgets.
going to be
and
talking
guns.
about guns and gadgets?
Well, yeah, more gadgets and guns tonight, and
So-
I think we got 2 call-ins tonight.
Check
too.
this out. Now, not only do I watch that show called Tiny House, Live in Tiny House, I watch one called Shop in Tiny House.
Oh,
But they now have a new show coming on this. It's already coming on, but I'm recording it this weekend called Living Off the Grid. And
Yeah.
it's where people are getting smaller houses, living completely off the grid. Like one of them says no cell phones allowed.
Yeah.
And they're living off of solar energy, water,
Yep.
air, all that stuff.
I think I think we will perhaps get to experience post-apocalyptic times.
Well,
And-
if they do ever do that pulse that we're talking about, it will destroy everything that's turned on.
Yes, sir.
So then what? You know?
I've said it. You know, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, and I'm not a hardcore survivalist, but I do believe in prepping. And I can tell you right now from all of my research, and I try to keep it on an even keel. One of the first things we'll be losing is electricity.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just.
But but think about it.
No more show.
Say it out loud. What happens when you lose electricity? Your bank money, worthless.
Yeah, everything. I didn't think
Your
about
transaction for food, worthless.
We'd be
The only thing you're going to have is cash to buy what little bit of non-perishables that you can buy, that you can purchase.
I would think in most cases, stuff like bullets, ammunition. I think the cities will be the hardest hit.
Well, and the thing too, a lot of people don't realize is this. Think about this for a second. You can have $100,000 in the bank, and you go get it and cash it out right now.
Mm-hmm.
You have $100,000. The first couple of days of no electricity, you and most of civilization will be believing that this is going to get fixed. So you will be treating cash as currency.
Mm-hmm.
But within the first month of no society, no electricity, that currency becomes garbage.
Worthless.
You'll be trading bullets for bread because people are going to want your bullets and you're going to want their bread.
Well, and here's the thing. Let me ask you a question, Tyler. If I put some flour, water, and an egg up here, could you make bread?
Yeah.
Can you make bread?
And see, Alex just
Probably
said
not.
Water will be a big deal. But that's true.
Next, yeah.
I need a heat source.
If
but
the
yeah.
normal person doesn't know how to purify water, you're screwed.
The electricity for the water treatment plant.
Like summertime, if it's summertime, that lake water, I can purify that lake water.
Absolutely.
Wintertime, I can create a fire
Yeah.
to boil the water,
Absolutely.
to purify the water.
Mhm.
But how many people are going to be able to do that?
Well,
How many people are going to show up at your lake to get water?
yeah.
Let me tell
That's
you.
going to cause more problems than anything.
Let me tell you, everybody around our lake will be guarding, or smart people will be guarding their animals because your people are going to be eating your animals and they're going to be going after your water.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be trying to kick in your front doors to take what you have.
We have a listener that chimed in here on Facebook and says, after this show, you will know exactly how hard I laugh sometimes.
And listen, Alex just said it too. He said all natural water sources will be polluted because what's going to happen is the poop factories will stop with no electricity.
Right.
And then you're going to be trying to find that creek that still is getting water worth of crap.
So I think it's
no
pretty
pun
cool.
intended.
We'll talk a little bit. I don't
Tomorrow,
like I said,
tonight, I mean.
yeah, I think prepping is a great idea, and I think you should everybody should have a place in their home that's safe for that kind of stuff. You know,
The problem is, as long as you have a home with windows
yeah,
and doors, you're screwed.
pretty much.
Because you know what? A door opens, which means it also can be kicked in. A window is just glass. You really, truly are not protected in your home as much as people believe.
There's a very, very fine line between being obsessed with it, being
Right.
Just
Paranoid.
That's right.
paranoid, freaked out,
That's right.
and being prepared.
And here's the other thing. All these people that are getting the storm shelters built underground,
Mm-hmm.
do you not think about this for a second? You have one door in and out,
Mm-hmm.
and you have a PVC 3-inch pipe coming out of the ground that gives you oxygen.
Mm-hmm.
What's going to happen when I walk up and shove pine straw and rocks in your air tube,
Mm-hmm.
and then eventually you got to come out of that door that I could just be sitting there on a stump with a 12 gauge waiting for you to open the door? Oh, that's right. And then when you do, I have all your food, all your water, your wife, and your
daughters.
kid. Thank you.
How
That's just an example. Not saying I'm that guy, but I'm using that as an example.
much for the little girls?
That
Some
sounds
people
really
started
nasty.
talking about living up in a tree, building tree houses to get off the ground. That's great, but we can set the tree on fire. I mean, truthfully, there's no ultimate protection unless you can build you a castle and stand behind the wall and have enough people guard your wall.
Yeah, somebody just chimed in and said, I know where a few loaded up caves are. I'm serious. I have people, one of my brothers wanted to kind of teach me how to do for gold. What's it called? Panning.
Panning for gold.
But it's not really panning. It's like a machine.
Yeah, well, nowadays.
I've actually panned.
I have too when I was like a little kid, but he's got the machine and the troughs and all that other stuff. What about gold? What do you think about a precious metal in post-apocalyptic?
You have no idea. People are still going to. Here's the thing is, like, I was watching that movie about after the electricity all goes out. There used to be a TV show called Revelations.
Oh, yeah.
And the problem is
Revolution.
Revolution, whatever. They were still trying to trade diamonds. But the problem is a diamond is only worth something if we believe it's worth something.
It's only worth what
Because
somebody will pay.
you do know that when I have no electricity, a diamond's worthless. What's
Got
the
that.
diamond going to do for me?
Nada.
The gold does nothing for me.
Yeah.
If it becomes a form of currency, we like a dollar bill, we treat it like it has value, but really a dollar bill you wipe your butt with. Well, I mean, or use it to light a fire.
Yeah, I use a 10.
But point is, it's worthless when it has no value. Right now, it has value because we base it on having value.
Right, just like the Bitcoin system.
Yes.
Interesting, man. I always love to hear what people's opinion are. And you know what? It's not meant to be a downer. I hope people are thinking about this. Here again, you like to do it, and that's kind of like what I'm trying to do with the show. That's why I say, hey, don't go out and buy the first gun that you think you need.
Right.
You know, get somebody to help you. And the gun store guys are so much more knowledgeable these days than they were 20 years
ago. The problem is if you go to the wrong place, they're just going to sell you whatever they want to sell you.
Or they're going to sell you what they're going to try to get rid of, like the little Steyr pistols or the freaking that 380, that PPK 380 Walther that came out recently, and it won't even chamber around, you know. So they're like $400, and people just started dumping them. But hey, that's
yeah. Sorry, y'all. We're gonna get out of here.
Yeah, think about all the food. What would you need, and how long would you prepare for? These are questions we're going to try to answer tonight. I believe Alex is pretty knowledgeable. Hey, you know what? We just lucked into Alex. Jeez. Yeah, man. Great.
You call it luck. Some say curse.
Yeah, well, and some say probation violation.
Yeah.
Get it? He comes here, and he's got
serving time, man. Serving time. Shaking it off, boss. Shaking it off.
Hey, man.
All right, we're out of here. Speaking of shaking off, I got to go pee.
Great show.
I thought you already went.
How many? Look at all the stuff I drink in the mornings, and I don't even eat any breakfast.
I had donuts.
Anybody else got anything?
Stay classy, San Diego.
Stay frosty.
Anything else?
No,
Anything
hey,
else? Anything else?
we going to Mandarin?
I don't know. I need to go see what my wife's doing. I know she's got to go into work at 1, so we do try to squeeze in a lunch. I would like to go squeeze in a lunch. Shut up. We're out of here, everybody. It's just
see
fun.
You guys.
We're going to Mandarin, and Mike said if you meet us there, he's buying.
Shaka Khan.
Adios.
But if he's buying, you have to sit next to him, and he gets to put his hand on your thigh and treat you as a date.
At least.
All right, everybody. We'll see y'all later. Bye.
See you guys.
Bye.
All right, y'all.
Later,
you want me to? I'll just send this as a message to our group.
I gotta pee.